intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. What's going on, main characters? It's your boy Talks Too Much with Third Party Studios. Welcome back to the channel for this, our 96th episode of the Third Party Podcast. Dude, we've been at it for a while, man.
It's been a minute.
You got me in the studio. We got the boy, the Cody.
The boy?
He's the boy.
What'd you call me?
Cody the Ginger. Ginger the Kid.
Yeah.
Cody the Ginger Kid.
Yeah, you don't say it with a hard R.
Ginger. Sorry, Ginger. Oh no, I go the way of Shiloh Hendrix.
No.
Oh no, the way of the word.
I called this child in a basement a ginger.
Now I am canceled and I am unpersoned. No, it's all fun, guys. Thank you so much for being here, though. Really appreciate. Love all the support. If you guys haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel. It is free and it's the best way to show your support. Don't forget to smash that like button. Comment below what story you guys want us to cover in the future or be talking about. And if you guys like these topics, make sure to let us know. Share the video. We are watching and hanging out with you guys in the chat, so make sure to throw your comments in there as we're going, and we'll make sure to reply.
Hit that notification button.
Yeah, if you forget the notification button, I'll find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll never leave. The Fungin. Sorry.
The Fungin?
The Fungin. It's a Wreck-It Ralph reference. Sorry, you haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph.
There's no way I would have gotten that reference.
No, that's unfair.
If it's not early 2000s Disney, I don't know it.
So so what has your nerd week been up to? What have you been up to this week?
Well, I mean, I had a banger of a game of Battlefield 2042, which I'm so hyped about. It was the best I've ever done in any first-person shooter ever. So I just can't get over it.
What is so unique about it? You hit me up with that. Like, what is so special about your game?
Well,
like, what did you do that was so special?
So you know it's squad based.
That's
like
so
you got your squads in Battlefield, right?
Yeah.
There was only 3 of us. You know, there were usually 4-person squads. We were the most proficient in everything. The 3 of us.
Yeah.
By a mile, and I got the most kills by a mile.
Not to segue, I want to stay on this. Have you seen that clip online of the Warzone? This team won a Warzone game, and then apparently in Call of Duty Warzone, they have these like awards they'll give you in the end credits if your team wins.
Yeah.
The worst player or whatever it was called. They have this end credit scene where they basically just have the player exist and they just take the player's gun from them so they can't shoot their own teammates by accident. But 3 of the 4 players got that at the end of the game, and they had all abandoned the one player who ended up winning. So it's a clip that's been floating around.
I would be singing the praises too if we were dead last and the worst and everything too. I've been funny as shit too. So, no, it's so fucking good. But nerd wise, I got into Dragon Quest. Do you know of this? Have you heard about this?
No, tell me about it. Are we doing that? I don't want to do that. That sounds cringy.
Oh
now.
no, I was just referencing Jimmy from South Park.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one YouTube channel that has their podcast, but then they do like shorts. It's like, have you heard about this thing? And then they go back and forth.
No.
Yeah, I thought that's what you were trying to start here, and I was like, let's kill that.
That's totally staged. They're acting so horrible.
Yeah.
But no, Dragon Quest. I think it was like I want to say the first one was in '84, so it's before Final Fantasy, but it plays the same way, you know, RPG.
Okay. I'm with you.
It's Akira Toriyama's artwork. He's the one that designs all the characters and whatnot.
Yeah. So
I bought the remake of the 3rd one, but now I'm playing 11 right now. Dragon Quest 11. There's the Elusive Age S Definitive Edition, the longest fucking name ever.
There's 11 of this game?
Yeah.
Wait, are there more?
No, 11's the latest one.
Okay, gotcha. I was just wondering because...
But it's like, it's a good JRPG to, like, if you want to get started in the series, it's a good, easy one to get started in. Because it's turn-based combat, but it's fast, it's very fluid, and there's no random encounters. They actually visualize all the monsters that are on the field, so you can avoid them if you want. So, because random encounters kill these kind of games for me. You're just strolling along, trying to get to objective, and it's just...
So this artwork, like, sort of reminds me of a Sword Art Online video game for I think it was for the PSP, the handheld version of it. So you know what Sword Art Online is, so I don't have to reteach you what Sword Art
I
Online
didn't even
is.
know you had a PSP.
I didn't. I was borrowing it from someone to try the Sword Art Online game because this was kind of when Sword Art Online had its peak of popularity.
2014.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Well, I mean, the PSP, dude. It's not like the PSP is out like popularized today.
I don't even think the PSP was popular in 2014.
I have no idea. The timeline is completely irrelevant and matters null to the story. But when the artwork reminded me of it, because in that game you could fly around and the monster designs were horrid, absolutely horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like not a single monster reference to the to SAO that I remembered seeing, and so everything was this entirely different design monster, and I was like not in for it at all. I flew around as my character for a few minutes and then just like fuck this, threw that aside and was done. Dragon Quest, I have not seen or heard of this game. This one slipped completely under my radar.
Yeah, there was a lot of them on like mobile devices, 3DS and all that shit, and then I think 10 or something was MMO, but I think it's a really good, easy transition into JRPG because it's got its goofy shit, but it's also got some dark stuff on the side.
Okay.
But it's like Akira Toriyama's art style, so it's like it's not taken too seriously because you got some goofy looking characters.
Well, and
I mean, the dragons look almost humanoid, like the ones in Dragon Ball Z.
Well, and Akira Toriyama's work is pretty okay. So there's a few things you could say very easily about his work. That the characters, like if you remove their hair, they all have the exact same face, like all of the Saiyans.
That is true in everything that Akira does.
In addition, I mean,
Did.
In consideration for that, well fucking done, because I spent 20 years not realizing that, and I spent a long time not realizing that, and what a brilliant way to save time and energy on like editing or just like getting ahead in like your creating of content.
It's like the only difference between Vegeta and Goku is just Vegeta's eyes are slightly more closed.
The Widow's Peak.
Well, yeah. No, you take the hair away, though.
Yeah.
It's just the eyes are just a little bit more angrier. And
a little bit more angry. No, actually, you must not have seen this. There's the, let me see if I can find this. Keep going, but let me see if I can pull this up.
You got a brain.
Well, I wasn't, well, no, I know what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for the clip, but I don't remember how to spell Saiyan.
You missed one letter. You suck.
Yeah, I know what I'm looking for, but I'm trying to find the clip for it, and I don't know if I'll be able to.
But yeah, no, it's addictingly fun. Like I spent like 5 hours in it last night, just roaming around the world and just doing random encounters.
Mm-hmm.
And like the week before, we're talking about Expedition 33. It's like turn-based isn't really our thing.
No,
I'm enjoying it a lot in this one. I don't know why. Maybe because it's more simplified. Where
yeah,
you can just like turn the battle mode on to fast, and you're just kind of pulling your way through it.
Well, the thing about Expedition 33 that was the most enticing for me was the way they delivered story in that game was amazing, and I was a little surprised about the how high of a score that the Sunday Slackers crew was giving. What did we just play? Night Rain for story. Like I understand the argument that there's just different modes for how to deploy a story, but it's like we didn't give that high of a score to, or some of them didn't give that high of a score to Expedition 33, and it was doing, I thought, a really good job of delivering story. But,
FromSoft doesn't have stories.
Right. So they
will fight.
They have worlds and history.
I will fight any FromSoft fan on it.
All right, I'm not gonna find that artwork.
I think the first game is about a tree that has a hole in it that looks like a vagina, and you're being reborn.
Well, and they have a painted lady.
No, in Dark Souls 1.
Oh, in Dark Souls?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Well,
it's a rebirth.
let me tell you a little bit about what I've been up to this week. I have been deep diving. Like, I've been getting so much harder into the lore on Warhammer 40K. I've been just absolutely stoked for this universe. Like, I have had so much fun in the few plays I've ran through. I've been working on my figures with Seth and with like getting painted, learning up on the histories of different factions, and now I've got this bug where I'm not even halfway through building my completed army, and I'm already ready to move on to the next army and completely want an entirely different faction to play with and work with. So,
well, I mean, if you want to read all the books, there's only like 400 of them. So,
well, and I mean, I understand the basics of the lore. Like, if you gave me a pop quiz on the 30,000 foot overview of the 40K universe, I could probably do fine. But obviously, I'm only really now learning some of the more iconic characters and some of the more specifics that separate each of the factions, each of the chapters in the Space Marines. So I've had an absolute blast getting into Warhammer 40K, and it's a strong recommendation.
Are you going to subscribe to, was it Warhammer streaming service where they got all those 40K shows?
Yeah.
I keep on seeing shorts of them, and I'm like, maybe I should fucking get this subscription. They all look good.
Well, here's what I think will probably be the case. I mean, if I think Warhammer and Games Workshop, I think besides the whole debacle, and the thing that kind of brought me the closest to the Warhammer 40K universe this last couple of years was the debacle and the drama revolving around the female Adeptus Custodes. Still retarded. Absolutely does not make any sense. It's dumb to do. There's no incentive for it. You're just making female men, and it's just dumb and cringy.
Do you not play Space Marine 2?
I know what you're referring back to, but the Adeptus Custodes canonically
No, I
are
mean
not.
like the video game. Did you play Space Marine 2?
No, we had I think you played.
Me and Taylor.
Yeah, you and Taylor both played, and I mean, it was huge. It was huge for a minute, but no, I didn't wind up pulling the trigger on that. It was a strong recommend from a lot of people, but I mean,
shame.
We gotta get that
What
song.
about Rogue Trader? You ever play that?
No, I've not played all of the games you're about to list.
What about,
I don't even know what they are.
what about 40K Inquisition? You ever play that?
No. You keep going though. It's fun.
That one fucked me on logging in on Xbox.
Did it really?
Yeah, because it was attached to a website that no longer existed.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you had to create an account on this website and then match it up with your Xbox account, and it was just not working.
My the faction I'm playing as main in this is gonna be Harlequins, which kind of sucks a little bit because the Harlequins faction, as it's been kind of explained to me, and I've been kind of reading up and getting more and more acquainted with the lore, has been it's actually I might be butchering this, but it's a 9th edition faction, so it's designed for the old gameplay style, and it was adapted into the current version, so it is playable, but it's not min-maxed to be on par with the other factions. So, you know me, I'm an underdog. I like to lose and punish myself.
Yep, that's why I'm a Lions fan. But Games Workshop, I think it was Games Work. Yeah. They gave out a bonus to all their employees that accumulated to $27 million here recently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like everyone got like a $18,000 bonus or some shit.
I forgot about that story. Let me see if I could pull it up. Yeah, they had a huge multi-million dollars in profit, like a record, like an absolutely astronomical.
Yeah, because Warhammer's got a huge resurgence right now. Everyone's nerding out on it.
Bonus. So
what's the word?
Well, I'm looking
bonus.
I'm looking for the article. Let's see. Yeah, there's it from IGN. So, the boom time continues at Warhammer 40,000. Maker Games Workshop, which announces it's handing out 20 million euro, approximately 27 million, to its staff as a bonus. Absolutely absurd, making something like $500 million.
Yeah, and at the bottom of the paragraph before the picture, it says, yeah, everyone got about $18,000 bonus.
Yeah.
Could you imagine an $18,000 bonus?
Dude, I can't imagine an $18,000 year. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not that.
You're not that poor.
I'm not that poor. There are people that are.
If you were that poor, I would have gotten a different roommate.
Yeah. You'd be Yeah, you'd be paying all the rent. Good times, though. That'd be fun. I wouldn't hate that. But yeah, Warhammer 40K has been occupying the vast majority of my time. I've been staying caught up on My Hero Vigilantes, but otherwise, not a lot of other things that have been able to fit in my schedule.
Haven't started Mobland yet, have you?
No, I haven't. And I know that the season finale is tomorrow, so I will I will. I'll get there. It not in time to.
It's like I can't talk to you about good shows, and you can't talk to me about good shows because we watch two different mediums.
Will we both?
You're more in the anime space that occupies your time, and then I'm watching like Mobland, and I'm catching up on Andor, which is actually really good.
Andor season 2 is hitting that hard, huh?
Season 1 and 2 are both really good.
Well, I knew season 1 had a popular had like
patience.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
little patience.
I mean, I don't want to give Disney a minute of watch time for almost anything, but I mean, if it's a good show, it should be. This was what frustrated me. There was that story about Thunderbolts that came out, and there was that story about the Thunderbolts that came out, and I was really frustrated to hear that movie was not going to break even. It was gonna lose like $100 million, and I'm just like, dude. This was what we were asking for. This was what the community was asking for. Something closer to this. We still want better. Thunderbolts isn't peak, but I mean, if every Marvel movie was at least this good.
At least it was, I would say at minimum, it's divisive. Like, some people like it, some people hate it. No one really loves it.
Right.
But they're just like, it was an okay 7 tops out of 10 movie.
But there was no justification for it performing worse than, say, like Ant-Man and Quantumania, or even some.
Well, it does, because there's like we've talked about plenty of times before. It's the brand that like the brand is killing itself by how much shit they put out.
Yeah.
And so like, oh, okay, Thunderbolts by Marvel. It's like, well, I didn't like the last 5 fucking things I saw out of them. So
right, the consistency. Or the what is it, hero fatigue, Marvel fatigue, yeah, all the different types of fatigues. But I'm just frustrated because we got exactly what we would have been. I would have been perfectly content with that having been a new standard for quality from them. I mean, I would still love better, and to some degree I still expect better. But for the movie to do like this badly and lose $100 million, I mean, and flop that hard, I mean.
It's expected.
I don't know, man. I'm disappointed. I would have loved.
Well, even if this movie was successful, it's like every successful movie that Marvel's put out over past Endgame, everyone's always said that they're going to take the wrong lessons from it. Like when No Way Home came out in 2021, that one came out. They're just like, oh, so people want cameos. It's like, no, you're taking the wrong lessons away from it.
But I mean, this is the only thing Marvel did with this movie was actually introduce a theme and some complex characters with with like a decent cast for them. Like, I like this. I like Walker. I like the Winter Soldier guy. I like the Red Guardian. I like all.
You said Winter Soldier guy like he's new.
Well,
he hasn't been around since.
Bucky. I mean, it's but that was. The only things that Marvel did with this movie was give us like some good characters, and a good theme, which was like a darker, more gritty, more realistic theme, and kind of execute on that. I thought pretty well.
It was very surface level, but yeah, they actually like stuck with something.
Well, it's like if this movie ends up being one of the worst in the catalog, it doesn't even like we're not even being consistent as an audience about what we're asking for. It's like we hate everything that's Marvel just because it is Marvel and we're just done with it. That's
pretty
not
much.
I'm not there. I mean,
Marvel killed itself. So
I mean,
it's their fault. It's not the audience fault for this being a failure.
No, I think that there's probably some things to be said about the mistakes with like marketing, the fact that these characters were almost all of these characters were a part of shows or spin-offs projects that were not relevant to Infinity Saga. But what are you supposed to do? I mean, how are you supposed to build these characters up? I mean, every one of them were in a previous project. There's no other way to introduce them.
There's about 20 other characters that you should build up before these anyway.
Well, I mean, the characters, whether they stick around or go by the wayside, my point is that we got a movie with a theme instead of a message, and it got treated the exact same way. And if anything, I want us to be the most consistent on that, not the least consistent on that. It was like, if the message is the problem, which for me it is, that's probably my biggest critique of that, and probably dialogue and writing. But if movies have a message in them versus a theme to explore and to feel with, that's what will make a bad movie for me. And that's why I wanted to that's why I thought Thunderbolts was actually pretty good. I thought it was.
Yeah, but then we're also praising mediocrity.
I mean,
'Cause it's a mediocre movie, which is a step up for Marvel.
you're not wrong.
It's not great. I probably won't see it again. I think about it from time to time, but I won't see it again probably.
Yeah, I don't know, man. There was some good moment. There were some really cool moments in that movie, I thought. But
All right, there were some characters I like to see more of.
it's hard to make a case.
Sentry / The Void.
Right. It's really hard to make a case to strongly push for this movie as like it's because you're right. It's not a cinematic masterpiece and it's not groundbreaking, but it is just it's one step closer to the norm. I don't know. This pretty much is writing the end of Marvel and making it clear that there is no path backward or back to the audience.
Back to greatness.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything Marvel could do, or is it done? Like, in your mind? I'm just asking your opinion on it, not necessarily, answer however you want to, but
I said from like the end, once Endgame came out, it's like, all right, you cut it off here. It's the end of this universe. You start up a whole new one, start with Fantastic Four, and then bring in the X-Men afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're kind of going that route now, but it's way too late. It's a muddled bag of shit, basically. We're bringing the Fantastic Four in from another universe into our universe. And yeah, no, they have to kill it. They actually, I'd hate to take this quote from sequel Star Wars, but let the past die.
Yeah.
You'd have to just stop it and just restart.
And that's interesting because I think
you have to have like a hiatus too. You can't just do this shit year after year.
Yeah, they could hold the IP for. I don't think they have to. I don't think they have to continuously put out new content in order to maintain the IP. I'm pretty sure they can go on like a 5-year hiatus without having any copyright related issues.
I don't know why they don't spend the money to actually acquire the license for Spider-Man and the distribution rights for the Hulk.
Honestly, that's a good point.
If you just buy out the rights for Spider-Man and then just start from scratch at that, it'd be a whole different story.
So is there anyone you would... Okay, so you start fresh. Just having fun. We're just in the warm-up. We haven't even gotten to stories yet. And we're 20 minutes in. So,
well, someone was late.
That's my fault. Well, the stream's been up for 20 minutes. So yeah, we are 30 minutes past time. But what I was getting at was, how would you start? Like, movie one. What's movie one in your mind? So, and who would you carry over? Like, would you carry over anyone?
No, I would actually do a fresh restart, unlike James Gunn in the DC Universe, where he says, fresh restart, but he's keeping half the shit that he's already produced.
Jason Momoa, too. It's like, yep.
Well, he's playing someone else. But anyway, I would start fresh with a brand new Spider-Man. But
really? Okay.
Yeah, but it would be like 5 years from now with no Marvel projects.
Okay, so it's a completely fresh start. Wipe the slate clean.
Spider-Man is the face of Marvel. Mm-hmm. Spider-Man's the most popular character there is.
So like let me dig a little deeper on that first part there with the cutover, or with the fact that it'd be a dry run. Are you talking just movies, or would you cancel all of like the animated kids shows and like all of the like cartoons and all of the like spin-off shows like What If? Or
well, animated Spider-Man doesn't exist outside of 1994 Spider-Man.
Right, but there's the
there's not 10 different ones after that.
Well, but there's the animated Avengers projects. I'm just wondering, would
no one's seen those.
Would all Marvel projects cease, all of them, or are you just saying the movies and related?
I didn't know how to
TV
go
shows?
into fucking logistics about this. That we're just talking about movies.
I'm just yeah.
Well, I didn't think I was gonna run the whole entire company.
Well, just just break it down. Just run your thoughts. It's not like you're gonna get graded after this.
I said none whatsoever.
All projects end.
Marvel ceases to exist for 5 years.
Okay.
And then Spider-Man brings it back.
Okay. Who do you cast? No, now I'm being
Timothy Chalamet.
No, dude, he'd be so fucking old in 5 years.
I'm pretty sure he'll still look like a 20-year-old when he's 50.
That's fair. Deal with the devil.
Like right now, Tom Cruise is like 4 years older than Ian McKellen was when he played Gandalf.
Sure. Yeah, that's
fucking insane.
That is crazy. Some people age hard, some people age soft. I have no idea what to say about that's crazy.
Ian McKellen's British. He's lived a life.
Yeah, the full life. Those Brits, they look so
Tom Cruise.
They're so old all the time. Even their babies
always looking old.
Even their babies come out with a cane and a beard.
Have you seen a Welshman?
No, I have not.
Exactly.
All right, guys, it is time for us to actually jump into some stories, though. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. See if you guys hanging out in the stream. Don't forget, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, share the video. Let's get into our first video or first story. So what are we talking about first? I think it's we're staying on Marvel, I suppose. So let's jump into our first story. Recent Fantastic Four test screenings reportedly mid, with CGI incomplete and character work lacking. All right, what's your take on the story? Like, just the headline before we dig into the article and get a little bit deeper. What's your thoughts on where Fantastic Four is and where it should be? I mean, it should be a lot closer to done a month out, month and change.
A month and a half out, yeah.
Yeah, it should be a lot closer to done in my mind than.
Well, they're doing reshoots right now, so test screens probably haven't been going that great. You know, it says mid in the title there. It's like, I mean,
this was it, man. What is it with these, like...
This basically... Okay, so the month of July is going to determine whether hero fatigue is a thing or not.
Yeah.
Because you got this, and you got Duperman.
A Duperman, yep.
Duperman.
Well, and we have...
You got Superman's James Gunn coming out.
We got that article, too. We're not going to dig into that one, but yeah, so I'll just read the headline. We're not going to dig into this one, but just... it's a rumor article. Superman movie cut by 30 minutes, editor fired, and tone overhauled after test screenings fall out. There was a lot floating around on X after, or around the time that article came out, basically reiterating the same thing. Doesn't add validity unless it's been confirmed, but there was a lot being talked about regarding James Gunn's Superman project, with having a lot of staff being terminated and let go and rehired. A lot of overhauling being done.
They cut out 30 minutes to get rid of some goofiness, and it's like it's a little bloated, and they're saying we're not doing reshoots, we are filming new scenes. Like, well, you cut 30 minutes out, why the fuck do you need to?
Yeah, that's...
They have actually cut more than that out.
But you're shooting again, commonly referred to as reshooting. It's like...
It's not reshoots.
Dude, I hate
it's new shoots.
Some of these press people, like these people who put out the press announcements, it's or like respond. Ain't it? Oh, it's so good. I can't believe how... This should be a class in school. Like, young people... I think young people are pretty onto it. They figure it out pretty quickly when people are lying to them. But I don't think I knew this for a long time, where articles have their headlines or have their wording changed slightly so that the exact opposite of the intended story is true.
Right. Yeah. Like, you'll read a headline and it'll say one thing, and then you go through the entire article and it'll say a different thing.
So, like, if we were to critique this article, which is kind of the point, we want to... So, like, recent Fantastic Four test screenings reportedly mid. I mean, reportedly, it's secondhand. I mean, unconfirmed.
CGI is incomplete even when the movie is released. The same thing happened with No Way Home.
Yep.
CGI was incomplete. They actually redid a bunch of shit and re-released it.
Yep.
So I haven't even seen the movie No Way Home with the complete version, quote unquote.
And character work lacking. That's an opinion It's an opinion statement. So I mean, like, there's a lot.
They're afraid that they're leading with Sue Storm is the lead.
Well, yeah.
They're afraid of what's that.
I think that's pretty much been confirmed by the actors. I'm pretty sure the actors did interviews where they were just talking about how this is going to be kind of like she's going to be pivotal to the story and have more of a role to play. I'd have to find the actual interview to like quote back.
I've heard from test screens that it's definitely her movie. But then what do you focus on? Richard.
Feminism.
Do you focus on Reed Richard then?
I fuck on Reed Richards.
You fucking Reed Richards then?
Fuck Reed Richards, smartest man in the universe, like, always portrayed as an idiot.
That would have been a good focus, but it's Pedro.
Yeah,
and even normies are having Pedro fatigue.
I've been over Pedro. I hadn't been interested in his work for a long time, and never really thought it was that. Like, I look at Pedro Pascal, and for the roles he's mostly played, I always see Jack Black in him. Like, not in a gay way, but like I just see it's like, so I look at like you remember
Yowie?
Well, you remember the famous meme that happened when him and Nicolas Cage had that movie together, where I
didn't mean to see that one.
Well, you've seen the meme where they're in the car ride together and he's got the silly face on.
Smile on his face.
Yeah, I see Jack Black every time. I see Jack Black in Shallow Hal and in like the side funny Nacho Libre. I see him in like Jack Black's funny face whenever I look at that meme.
That might be a you thing.
I'm not saying it's a you thing. I'm not declaring it as an absolute truth. I'm just saying.
But I mean, Pedro's a good actor and whatnot. He's good in everything he's been in for the most part. It's just he's in everything.
Yeah.
He's in every franchise now too.
I don't know if it's just me. Like, I think you expressed this last time we had the conversation on it, but the white passing thing, where it's like you get someone who's just like who's a minority but just light skinned enough.
Yeah, to check that fucking box.
Dude, I can't stand that so much. Like, it's like, why don't you just tell more black stories if you want to do this? You don't need to race swap, and you don't need to pander like that.
Well,
like, that's so
if you're
lame.
looking for black stories, every streaming service has a whole category dedicated to that.
It does. I mean, I'm not saying there's been a lack of them, but it's like you had the race swapping argument with Harry Potter recently, and you have some people who are like, who don't really care about. You have some people who really don't care. And those people are just normies who are just like, I just want Harry Potter's name being said more.
But you're bringing up the white passing, like, okay, so they hired Pedro Pascal because he's Hispanic, but he's also white passing. It's like, who the fuck are you trying to appease? It's like, oh, he's white enough for the whites to actually watch our shit. It's like,
no,
whites don't care. We're not being like, oh, I see myself in this person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, if
I only can identify with other white people.
Yeah.
And he's white enough.
That's oh my God. I hate how like my brain just went into overdrive when you said those words in a row. And when you said that sentence, because I'm just like, oh my God, their worldview is so twisted that they have to that they only see people as their category or as their like identity or as their skin color or whatever.
Yeah, it's been going on for a while.
And now they're leveraging the spectrum, so it's like when you're color selecting on anything and you're like, this is kind of blue but kind of green, so it's more teal. So it's blue or green. It's both.
It's both. You can both identify with this one.
This is how we're gonna get asses in seats. It's like we got to pander.
We got a white Hispanic dude. We're gonna make bank.
We have to pander to all the racists that only care about skin color. It's like, you fucking assholes. Because I feel like Pedro Pascal, after all the interviews he's had going on, I've kind of been paying attention to, and like him talking about the like.
Oh, he's another Hollywood freak.
Yeah. I feel like he'd be very difficult to have a conversation with. But I don't like hate him on a personal level. I just I'm just insanely frustrated by this box checking bullshit.
Did you see the video? Him and Joaquin Phoenix were in a movie or something together, and then like they're greeting fans, and then like they're waving and whatnot, and Joaquin.
Oh, and then they make out or kiss or something.
No, Joaquin Phoenix does almost like a Roman salute or whatever.
Oh my.
And then
I haven't seen this.
Pedro grabs his arm and whatnot. He's like, no, you can't do that. And Joaquin, the look on Joaquin's face is basically like, why the fuck are you touching me right now? I'm just waving to fans. It's like, no, it's not a freaking Roman salute.
It's a wave. It's like, oh, dude, this brings me back to like, we are so derailed. But this is the OK hand symbol being white power because the ACLU says so.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
That was so funny. Do you remember the origin of that story? Joe Rogan had like, I think it's
I started using it all the time.
I did too.
I've never used it in my life before, except for trying to get someone to look so you can hit them.
Every time someone who has like this narcissistic tendency to just be like so up their own ass about the world and how their perspective on the world is like the law and the truth and everything.
Well, everything is, racist now.
Everything, yeah, absolutely. So when
math is racist, remember that one?
This is my point. As soon as these people tell me, "Oh, this new thing is racist. You didn't know about it because you're just sheltered white boy," and I'm just like, well, now I just want to do it all the fucking time just to prove you wrong. Then I go get my ass
kicked. I'm not sheltered. I know about it. Now I'm going to do it more.
I'm going to do it so much more.
In spite of you.
This is the... Well, I love it. That's like... So Piers Morgan, when the Shiloh Hendrix thing...
Oh, yeah.
He's like... I think it came on, it's like... Who was the black guy who was on the first story when that was coming up? I can't remember. It's like...
I don't know. It's Black Messiah. I can't remember his name.
I think... Isn't his name Messiah something? Like, isn't his name Messiah something?
I don't remember.
I actually don't want to just mess it up, but...
Is that the one where he asked that white lady to say the N-word?
Yeah, it's that one. Yeah, that's the guy. Someone on that panel was like, white people say it all the time. And I'm just like, so...
No, they don't.
Okay, but...
Oh, maybe you do.
Okay, maybe. We don't know. Who knows? Prove it. but if people
say it when I'm going to sleep in my prayers.
Dear God, please save me. But the point is that if you're just gonna claim all of these things are the worst thing in the world, and the reaction back at you is, no, they're actually pretty mild, commonly used things that actually didn't mean that at all. Like when South Park had the motorcycle Harley riding F-word slur episode.
My favorite.
But they're like, no, it doesn't mean that. It means annoying Harley riders.
Like there's like they're in
Congress,
in front of Congress or whatever, and one of the guys is like, he's gay, and he's like, oh yeah, no, they are being.
Yeah. This is making way too much sense to me. All right, I have derailed this so hard. We should probably just get back to the article, I suppose. So, so the test screenings are not going well. So, Marvel Studios may have a problem on its hands. According to multiple sources, the most recent test screenings of the Fantastic Four, the first steps, were held earlier this week in Los Angeles, and the reactions are mixed. Though it's still in post-production phase, initial viewer feedback suggests the reboot might not be the triumphant return for Marvel's first family that Kevin Feige was hoping for. I mean, I think that a lot of people had this misplaced optimism for this project. I myself included. I think I would probably go back across the stream and probably find a few moments where I'm like, yeah, that looks like it could be okay. I hope it's good. I want it to be. I think that optimism was entirely misplaced.
It seems to be like, which is funny, it seems to be the least Marvel-y thing coming out of Marvel in the last like 4 years. So
I don't even know what Marvel-y thing means anymore.
It almost feels like it's not stage 2, because we're not talking about cancer. Phase 2. It seems
stage 2 cancer of Marvel cancer.
Yeah, it seems very like phase 2-ish.
Yeah,
you got like Iron Man 2 and like Thor 2, where all the movies were below 1 and 3 phases.
Yeah.
So it seems like it could be that, which would make it a mediocre movie. But people aren't going to go out to see the mediocre movie. We've already talked about that when it came to Thunderbolts.
Right. Yep. Got over that. I'm still sad about it. I'll never move on.
But this is like supposed to be almost like a
return to norm,
like a start of a reboot, because it goes Fantastic Four, and then it goes, I think, Doomsday's next. Afterwards.
Well, that would be,
and then Secret War, and then we're done with the multiverse.
I think you're right. So we have July. We have July for Fantastic Four, and then the following December. So not even December 2025, but December of 2026 will be the next Marvel movie,
that's a year and a half.
Yeah, that's months in a row of not seeing.
I don't think Marvel can do it a year and a half. Oh no, we got Ironheart that's coming out too.
Oh,
forgot all about Ironheart.
There was a comment when we were talking about the trailer on that video, DE Iron Man. I love that. I was like, that was the best. I'm gonna use that. DE Iron Man that was fun. That made me laugh hard. So I mean, with this movie coming out, you know, we have this idea that we might get some X-Men that would be worth seeing. I don't know. I think that you have No Way Home, Endgame. Obviously, it's a huge cast list. Bring them all in. Then you bring all the star power,
because that's the end of 10 years, 11 years basically of build up.
And then you have Spider-Man: No Way Home, similar story, where you bring in all this nostalgic. Yep. Yeah, exactly. I feel like there was, I guess Deadpool and Wolverine would be another example of
that was the death of 20th Century Fox, though.
I mean, fair enough. I mean, just saying, you're bringing all of this nostalgia back.
At the end.
They're bringing all this nostalgia back. So several of Marvel's biggest projects have all been, let's bring back all of these member berries and put them in this multi-trillion-dollar blockbuster. And then you have...
But they're not even bringing back member berries.
I mean, they're bringing back...
They're bringing back new shit.
Well, in Doomsday, they're going to bring back, like, they're bringing back Patrick Stewart. They're bringing back Ian... basically Professor X, Magneto. They're bringing back Ian McKellen. They're bringing back a lot of cast from the original X-Men. They're bringing back a bunch. They have a bunch of people coming across the universes.
I remember who was saying it, but someone was talking about how James McAvoy as Professor X and Michael Fassbender as Magneto, that they're basically like old school X-Men now.
They are, because that's the generation that grew up with them. Holy shit, we're old. We my God.
Oh my God, so old.
Emotional damage. No.
We grew up with the old fox.
Yeah.
And then the other kids grew up with people that are just only like 15 years older than us.
Hey guys, comment below on the video if you remember Gangnam Style.
Jesus.
And if you don't know that one, it's What the Fox Say. What does the fox say?
I think they came out in the same year.
I'm sorry. All right, so we got industry scooper Jeff Snyder of the In Snyder. I love that. That's a good name, the In Snyder. That's a shared details from a source who attended the screenings, describing the films as meh, clarifying that it was not that bad, but not that good either. Perhaps more concerning are the criticisms about weaker character development, bad CGI, the latter of which Snyder notes should improve in the coming weeks as visuals. And you made that point, right? The CGI is not ready because it's not ready. I mean,
it's never fucking ready, dude.
Yeah, this isn't unheard of. This isn't unheard of. But the bad character development is something you're not going to fix. You maybe are reshooting and you're going to get some better scenes. But we've actually seen that hurt a film more than help it. Like Captain America with the Falcon and the Brave New World and stuff.
No, that actually did help the film because before that, it was very, very message based.
You got to do better, President.
Anti, half the population kind of thing.
Classic Captain America. You know what I love in my Captain America? Classic racism, hating white people. Love it.
Classic
racism. All right. More quoting from it, from the Snyder. In general, Marvel doesn't do public test screenings unless they're worried. That was the case with Eternals, Marvels, Quantumania, Brave New World. Dude, all of those
all shit movies.
Yeah, they had. I guess they have. At least they know what is going to go. Which ones are going to go badly? Because it sounds if they're not going to do test screens commonly, and the only ones they're doing are the worst ones.
Well, I mean,
at least they know what they're going to fail on.
Quick question for you, because
Shoot.
I vividly remember both theater experiences when it comes to these movies.
Yeah.
Which was worse? As a movie, not as in like a damaging property or
Marvels.
something that you think of. Marvels or
Marvels. Go ahead. I'm just
War of the Rohirrim.
Oh God, War of the Rohirrim. It's an unforgivable mistake. Not a mistake. It's an unforgivable tragedy. Like it's a tragedy. It's so bad.
I remember being more entertained about how bad War of the Rohirrim was.
Dude, I was getting pissed.
Than Marvels, because I just wanted to walk out of Marvels.
I look at Marvels and
I also want to walk out of War of the Rohirrim, but it was entertaining of how horrible it was and how shit it did to the lore and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if you take them outside of the lore,
War of the Rohirrim is something I will never forgive. And the people who are using sophistry to be like, it wasn't that bad. It actually did a good job. This is a character we never knew anything about. Now we got a story. It's like, dude, if that was the only thing that was wrong with it, I would have been fine.
Character. She didn't even have a fucking name in the books.
Exactly. No, that movie is an unforgivable, horrible movie. I will never forgive Warner Brothers for what they did. It casts a huge shadow on every potential future Lord of the Rings project from Warner Brothers ever.
I mean, they had an excellent cast for that too, and they just fucked it up.
Well, and
I mean, Brian Cox was in the movie.
This is the frustrating thing. It's all of these actors who are a part of this. Like Peter Jackson is attached to it too. Like Peter Jackson, Billy Boyd,
Philippa, whatever the fuck her name is, she's married to Peter Jackson. Her and what's her face, the other original writer for Lord of the Rings, was also part of it.
Yeah.
So you had like OG writers, and they still just. Ugh.
This was, dude. I'll never. No.
Girl boss.
I'll go on a hard tangent with that if I allow myself to. So I won't derail, but. No, War of the Rohirrim is the worst film I have ever seen, bar none. I agree with you. There were moments I laughed at because they were so bad. Upon reflection, I'm more and more pissed off the more I think about it. So I won't go down that road. War of the Rohirrim.
But what about the Watcher randomly in the forest?
Yeah, obviously that's where he belonged.
What about the 20-story tower?
What about the Mumakil that were all over Rohan when they should have been on the opposite side of Gondor? Like, what the fuck was that? No,
I remember.
Stop talking. No, we have to end it.
I remember that.
We have to stop.
We're just laughing our asses off. It's like, what the fuck is the point?
Dude, that was, oh my god, the tower scene.
Like, people defend. Oh, okay. I wouldn't say defend it, but their excuse is like it was a movie made to just keep the rights. It's like, well, that's not an excuse. It's still one of the worst pieces of shit.
You could have done that with a 40-minute short film.
Yeah, and you hired 60 some other animation studios because you couldn't get it done.
If you were going to bring in that star power and that talent, and honestly, now I don't even think any of them have any natural talent. I think they got lucky.
Yeah, it was Fran Walsh and Philippa Boyens, those writers.
It really makes me question whether or not there was any value to the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, which, hard pause, there is, but now I am 100% certain Peter Jackson can't make shit, and he got lucky.
This had nothing to do with Peter Jackson.
We've looked at his filmography before. He doesn't have an impressive catalog outside of the original trilogy.
Kind of true.
So, I mean, Peter Jackson is a hack. Him attaching his name to that project.
Maybe he was only passionate about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, well, I understood. Like, I got behind him when all the creative decision making he did when he was.
What about Kong King?
Fine, one off, like a one. It's like we're talking 4 movies out of like 20, and even like The Hobbit, like his bad movies offset so much of his good movies.
There's also excuses for The Hobbit for him.
No, there aren't. The Hobbit is
because it wasn't.
No, there fucking
wasn't
isn't.
his project to begin with.
It doesn't matter. It was his project to end with.
It was Guillermo del Toro's project.
Which is, I don't fucking care. It's like Peter Jackson's like name is now just attached to shit as if he's talent, as if he has something to contribute of value when he has not created anything even close to the original Lord of the Rings trilogy since he's done it.
I like how Guillermo set all of it up for the Hobbit trilogy. He's like, this is dog shit. I'm gonna bow out.
Dude, I am so pissed. Like, yeah, Peter Jackson, like he made a lot of creative choices with the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, and I got behind it because I understood like the books do not 100% translate to film in every way, and if you want to do a good faith adaptation, you need to make selective choices as the director because you're just doing your best. As long as you're at least doing good faith by the writer or by the author, by the intent of the work, I'm there. But this is probably one of the things I am most passionate about when people take the original artwork or the original work of something and twist and manipulate it for their own fucking ends. It's the thing that pisses me off the most in entertainment. It's like the whole reason I do this is because I fucking hate that shit. Oh, god damn it. Why did you do this to me?
Guys, it's fun.
Now my day is ruined. I'm kidding. It's not.
It's good for videos.
This rant. Talks too much, says slams Peter Jackson in rep epic rant. Yeah.
Doc says Peter Jackson's a twat.
Peter Jackson is a hack. No, none of the cast of the original Lord of the Rings who have attached themselves to the War of the Rohirrim should be proud of their work. And it immediately discredits all of everything they've done.
I mean, you got the Hunt for Gollum. You got that to look forward to.
Dude, the independent project on YouTube was better than whatever that's going to be. I don't even like.
It's delayed. I think it's in development hell, which I hope it stays there.
Delayed indefinitely. Never come out.
Yeah, I mean, who even asked for a fucking Gollum movie to begin with?
No, they made a Gollum game last year, like the other year.
The Germans did.
But no one cares about Smeagol. Like Andy Serkis did his job,
People
but he's done.
Everyone loves Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is a goddamn national treasure, and he was going to direct this coming out. It's like there's a little bit of faith going into it that Andy Serkis is going to be the head of this, but it's a big who gives a fuck of a movie.
Well, and Andy Serkis not only, I know Andy Serkis has read the books. He's the voice. He does the he did the audiobooks.
He did the audiobooks.
Yeah, so Andy Serkis is probably
buy those, by the way.
He's probably the best for it. But who's the studio? Like, who does he answer to? Warner Brothers? It's doomed. It's fucking doomed.
What happens if you leave Andy Serkis
to his own devices?
Freedom of.
Well, I wonder. I don't know.
Then maybe it could be actually pretty good.
I've seen him act. I've seen almost none of his interviews. I've seen almost nothing of him outside of his just performances.
Which is how a
actor should be. Well, but I just don't know. So like, if you ask me that same question about a different IP with a different actor, I could look at like how hard Deadpool or how hard Ryan Reynolds fought for Deadpool, is how hard I'd like to see some other actors fight for the IPs they're attached to. So Henry Cavill and his fight for like Warhammer, his fight for The Witcher.
Sure, yeah.
Like, I mean, the reason so many people like Henry Cavill is he's a really good actor.
He's a nerd.
But he fights for the IPs.
He's a nerd. He's a good actor.
Yeah.
He's a handsome son of a bitch.
Do you think any
Us
one of
nerds
the
need handsome sons of bitches on our side?
Do you think anyone attached to the Fantastic Four project has any fucking clue?
Maybe the far left and far right guy.
Maybe. Okay. I mean,
Because they're both decent actors. They seem like good dudes.
right. So
I was just watching like season 1 of Andor. Is the same actor that plays Sheen. Sheen, whatever. He plays the Thing in this too, and he's also in The Bear. He's a good actor. So.
Oh yeah, no, I do like that guy. He is good. He's underutilized. I think he could be in more things. Is he white passing?
I think he's just white.
Oh, is he other passing?
That's why they had to put him in the Rock costume. No,
Is he other race passing? I don't know. The article continues. Not all reactions were negative, however. Snyder did say that Ralph Inerson's portrayal of the Galactus seemed to go over well with audiences, calling that a promising sign. The appearance of Galactus apparently lifts the film in its later half. A sentiment echoed by well-known test screening insider ViewAnon. So yeah, ViewAnon on X, we got the quote from ViewAnon on X. General reaction I'm hearing is okay, but it's not big sample size. A couple people have said the first act's shaky, but it gets better once Galactus shows up. So I mean, yeah, honestly, Galactus is a character I
didn't realize this guy was playing Galactus.
Yeah.
Ralph Ineson?
I don't have a He's not in the article. Give me a second to pull that up. 1 second.
Dude, he's great. He's got the voice of the voice is so iconic too. He plays Clive in Final Fantasy 16. He's in the Vitch. He's in a lot of shit, dude.
Oh yeah, and I've seen him before. Let me pull him up for the audience so they can see too.
I think he's more iconic for his voice.
Yeah?
Because it's deep as shit.
Yeah, he looks British.
Yeah, no, that's click on a picture is like British. Got the nationality right away.
Like awesome suit, big frame glasses. British.
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 What the fuck are those glasses, dude?
What are those? Sorry.
No, literally, what are those?
What are those? What are you? What are you?
I'm British.
I'm British. So that's basically that. Okay, so let's wrap up the article by saying while the film isn't eliciting the kind of extreme reactions being reported from Superman test screenings, the fact that Marvel felt the need to hold a public test run suggests some internal anxiety. The studio hasn't had a runaway hit since Deadpool and Wolverine, with Bob Iger reportedly disappointed in the 2026 release slate. The Fantastic Four was expected to anchor the brand moving forward alongside the upcoming X-Men reboot.
What does Bob Iger know? Bob Iger is not watching Marvel.
He's singularly... Well, hold on. I'm going to catch myself.
It's like the dude, fucking what game studio was it?
Oh.
This guy, the CEO of some game studio had I wish I knew.
He had a bitch fit.
He had an interview or whatever where it's like his job basically is hiring the best talent and then he just leaves them the fuck alone.
Yeah.
Because like he doesn't know, he doesn't play video games, he doesn't watch movies, blah, blah, blah.
God damn it.
He doesn't know. He's like, I just hire people and I let them do their job.
I don't even know.
I don't remember what game studio.
I know even what article you're referencing back to, but I would never be able to find it again. I can't remember what platform the article was hosted on. I don't remember who the author was. But I know what you're talking about because he wouldn't even be the only example of that working.
Oh, it's the GTA guy. It's Take-Two.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the CEO of Take-Two or some shit. Yeah, he was saying that. It's like, hey, they asked him, it's like, do you have any input or whatever? And he's like, I mean, no tier 2, but it's like, it's not really my job.
Is Take-Two, is that actually GTA? I thought it was Rockstar that was GTA.
I think it's Take-Two.
Or are they collaborative?
Interactive. I think they're the ones that do a lot of Rockstar stuff.
Okay. Well, do you want to pull that up before we move on to the next article?
No.
No? All right. All right, we're going to wrap that one up there. Recent Fantastic Four test screenings reportedly mid with CGI incomplete and character work lacking. An article brought to us from That Park Place by Marvin Montanaro. Great work. Fantastic reporting. Let's move on to the next story.
Fantastic. It was the best reporting.
Yeah, actually, I'm excited to talk about this one. So, all right. J.K. Rowling praises Harry Potter trio casting, but stays silent on Papa Sidhu Snape controversy.
Racist.
That's racism.
Oh.
Why do the white children actors get a comment, but this black actor does not get a comment?
The new Hermione is white passing.
We're before we get into the article. Okay, just Harry Potter in general. We've talked about it a couple times. This isn't new. We can do this. We can. I'm acting as if it's something difficult for us to pull off here. It's a simple conversation. This Harry Potter project, like even before the project is a jump, the casting has been a absolute nightmare. I think we have a couple of people we can look forward to seeing. John Lithgow.
John Lithgow is going to be dead before Dumbledore dies in the fucking story.
Well, they're going to need recast him again, but I mean,
oh yeah, we're going to do the same thing the movies did.
Yeah, again, it's like if it's almost canonical at this point.
Dumbledore's casting was good.
Do you want to play a guy who dies early? And then I'd rather be the latter Dumbledore than the starting Dumbledore.
I mean, it's still like a 12-year commitment because there's no way they're doing a season a year. That shit doesn't exist anymore.
Well,
they're doing a season every 2 to 3 years.
Well, to kind of supplement this article, we have this other one here. So HBO series alleged to cost between $2 and $8 billion fucking dollars. By Daily Mail, budget discrepancies explode as audiences challenges mount from all sides.
Very iffy rumor.
No,
there's nothing really.
There's nothing. There's no there behind it. But I mean, let's say it's half of that. Let's say it's 500 million to 4 billion.
Power cost $1 billion.
I know, and HBO would probably put more money behind a project like this, not to its own.
This is going to be, well, quote unquote, if it's successful and they keep doing it, a 7 season series.
Yeah. It's going
if not 8.
It's probably going to have to be 8, right? I mean, even though, it's probably going to have to be.
You should do just a book a season, man.
Oh, I mean, I'm saying that was the original plan as we understood it, right? That was the idea. That was kind of the original sales pitch from Warner Brothers, was that they were going to do the book interpreted well. Interpret potato.
Yeah, that's right.
They're going to interpret it as best they could using the books and doing a season per book. That was the original plan. I was just kind of wondering if you're going to need an additional book or an additional season at any point in this through just congestion, because you're going to have, 8 episodes a season, 10 episodes a season, no matter what?
They should almost do 12.
So you're even on my side or even beyond my point. I mean, if they did 12 books, I mean, that's way more than...
No, 12 episodes a season.
12 episodes a season? Yeah, so I mean...
The fuck, 12 seasons? What?
We were talking about seasons, and then you segued to episodes without caveat.
Sorry.
You segued to episodes without saying
I'll
something.
take the blame.
You put that blame on you.
I just figured you'd know what I was talking about.
I didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you fucked up.
I put it back on you.
I'm sorry that you fucked up. All right, so who's left to cast first and foremost? Let's start there.
You got a few professors and whatnot.
Professor McGonagall.
Which you could have just replaced that one with a black person. No one would give a shit.
That's because you don't really get her black story.
Yeah, her black story.
I meant to say backstory, and then I just
no, that works out perfectly.
I leaned into it. Now Professor Snape has a black story.
Yeah, that's the biggest issue. It's
Snape. It's really Snape.
It's Snape. The kids, I mean, they're kids. I don't know if you want to scroll down. They got a picture of the kids.
We'll sneak ahead. Yeah. So
It's fine.
It's fine.
No one cares. No one's gonna bash kids.
No.
Except for all the Rowling haters out there that are just like, oh, fuck everything that Rowling does because she doesn't like trans people or something.
Yeah.
So that's where they're gonna hear it from. But I don't give a shit.
Honestly, I thought this was a pretty safe casting choice. Those kids all look like they have a natural charisma about them. I think they're probably going to be talented enough to do it.
They're gonna be 50 by the time that the series ends. But
like Kit Harington,
it's like Stranger Things.
Kit Harington with Game of Thrones. I don't want to dig too deep into the article without giving front thoughts on it. But okay, so we have Professor McGonagall is a known entity or a known quantity. We have to still see a casting for. You
got the Dursleys. Don't know any of those.
Professor Quill.
Any of Ron's family.
Yep.
There's a lot of casting still out on the table.
Yeah.
But it all died with Snape. So
yeah, is Snape an unforgivable sin on this project?
Yes.
I would like to be able to give them benefit of the doubt here, but I agree with
the
you.
second most important, or second or third most important character in the story. He's the most complex character in the story.
Yeah.
And you're changing his entire backstory by making him black. You're also like making Harry's dad a racist, basically, and Sirius black.
Unless Harry's dad is black.
No, Sirius black is going to be black.
Sirius white?
Black.
Sirius white?
He's going to be the black.
That's hilarious.
Well, then also you got to make the whole entire family pretty much black. But
Yeah.
it's not. I hate that I have to say this all the time. It's like, it's not like, oh, we don't want a black person playing this character. It's like, no, he's specifically described more than anyone else in the book of being an ugly ass white person with greasy ass hair. And you're just changing you're changing the whole dynamic of the entire story by race changing him.
I would even be willing
It
to
was written by a British chick in the 90s, bro.
I would even be willing to grant, like, if he was the best actor of all time, then maybe, like, if he could
pull off white.
if he could do an RDJ, if he can do an inverted RDJ, like he could do an inverted Tropic Thunder. It just has a classic white accent, whatever.
The dude disguises another dude. You're the dude that don't know what dude he is.
Well, hi there, neighbor. How are you doing today? This is my best white impression.
It'd be very honky.
It's my very best white impression. Just do a classic American Southern accent. Would be funny as shit. It would. Yeah, this movie needs. Do you remember when movies used to get spoofed? Like, we used to have like Scary Movie.
They overdid it though.
They did overdo it, but I would hope it would come back for this shit. That would be fun. I would love to see another one.
An SNL skit on Harry Potter
Mm.
with Lindsay Lohan.
Ooh, interesting.
If anyone remembers her.
Oh man, who doesn't? Everyone had some. All right, let's dig into.
Dig in.
Let's dig into the article. So, as excitement builds around HBO's upcoming Harry Potter television series, the franchise creator J.K. Rowling has broken her silence to praise the casting of its trio of young leads, Harry, Ron, and Hermione. However, she has notably avoided addressing ongoing controversy surrounding Papa Asidu as a race swap Severus Snape. I appreciate that people have stopped downplaying or questioning why this is a big deal, because I want the show to be a success. I want that more than I think anything related to Harry Potter.
I don't anymore.
But exactly, it's there's no way to fix this with that problem in there. You could do that with almost any other character for the exact reasons you pointed out, was that he's the most described and he's one of the most pivotal.
Do you think they're going to switch it up to where Draco is calling Hermione a mudblood because she's mixed race?
Yeah,
instead of having Muggle parents.
Well, I mean, that, or they're going to put Hermione's story on someone else.
I feel there's going to be a lot of racist shit in the show.
I think there will be.
It's just going to be a lot of race-based stuff.
Well, I think wasn't the original messaging in the books like about that? I mean, wasn't that about like race?
Well, I mean, you got the purebloods, like, you know, when it comes to like wizarding and whatnot. It's not about skin color and all that shit.
Right. It's a bad take on it, but I mean, I'm just saying that
We got a current day it. So.
The big bad is a supremacist, a wizard supremacist.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm just saying that like it's not like that message is foreign to Harry Potter's universe.
Which that always bugged me. Why is the Wizarding World secret in that universe when it should be dominant?
There was history that was talked about in like the Fantastic Beasts movies about how the Wizarding World used to have to hide among, like, because they were prosecuted by Muggles.
Well,
so
yeah.
I think they just like I think they just keep them like separated.
But
they got to keep them separated.
Yeah, keep it separated.
Hey.
All right, Offspring.
Sorry, had to. Rowling offers praise to the new trio on May 27th. HBO announced Dominic. I'm not going to be able to get. Okay, let me try this.
Dominic McLaughlin.
Wow. Arabella Stanton. That's easy. Alistair Stout.
Alistair Stout. That's a good ginger name right there.
I kind of figured it would be McLaughlin.
No, Stout is the ginger.
Oh, the classic Irish name would be the guy who's ginger. That was
Stout.
Well, I wonder if they did anything with the casting. All three of these kids are British actor or British cast. I assume so.
Well, it doesn't matter. They broke that rule already.
That's why I'm wondering if they tried to recover and come back from it. I wonder if John Lithgow was like, we need John Lithgow. He's specifically the guy. but then we're gonna stay with the rule for the rest of them.
How's his British accent?
I don't know, probably bad. I don't even think about the British accent when I watch the Harry Potter movies because the accent thing doesn't really click in my head. Like I'm just watching and I'm just listening.
Well, that's the thing with like any series after a while. Like watching Mobland is like, oh, I'm watching Brits. It doesn't even.
Yeah.
Great. Or like Alice in Wonderland, Korean show. Don't even really.
I think a better example of this is when do you remember, this is gonna feel really out there, but it treks back, I promise. Like the Fallout movie or the Fallout no, Far Cry Primal, is that what it was, or what was the like kind of like ancient prehistoric one?
Yeah, it was Primal,
where it was like broken English
10,000 years ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't even broken English, they made their own language.
Yeah, but you'll learn what it you're hearing it now, and you're
Ninja.
Yeah, you're hearing it, and now you're watching it, and you're in it. It's an extreme example of what we're talking about, where it's like when you're hearing an accent, but the show is good, you're immersed, you're just understanding.
That's why I tell people not to watch live action shows in dub. I
watch them in dub because I got to.
No.
I got to read.
No.
The casting came after a worldwide search for the 3 Harry Potter leads. Oh, worldwide. That's not Britain. Worldwide. Worldwide search for 3 Harry Potter leads Rowling created in her exceptionally successful novels involving more than 30,000 young actors. Rowling, who serves as executive producer on the series, shared her enthusiasm on social media. All 3 are wonderful. I couldn't be happier. Yeah, I mean, basically,
she just wants to get rid of Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson because they hate her now because of her trans takes.
Well, I mean,
because they're gonna replace, like, when it comes to like theme parks and merchandise and whatnot, if this show is successful,
they're getting
replaced with the new kids.
Well, they'll still get their royalties. They'll still be invited to shit. They'll still go on panels at cons and stuff. I mean, they're not going anywhere. You're right. They're not going to be the face of it anymore, but they're never going to be not.
It's a whole new generation. What was the last movie? 2011?
Well, think of this.
16 years ago?
What was it? Leonard Nimoy? Is that the
14 years ago?
Who played the original Spock is who I'm referencing to. Leonard, I didn't know if I got his name right, but Leonard Nimoy was famous across Star Trek's universe until he died, and even now is Spock. Like he is Spock. Like he wouldn't be replaced. It's different. There's no controversies around that kind of make him more or less popular. But
it's like Kirk is still, fuck no, I dropped his name. What the hell was it?
Is Kirk? It was Chris Pine.
No, not the new one.
Shatner.
Yes.
Okay.
William.
Yeah.
Dude's like 90 and sharper than I am.
Yeah. I mean,
which isn't a big bar to cross. But.
My point is, you could have multiple iterations of the same character be played by different actors, but the original tend to be the one that holds the most true. And
it's like, what if they remade Lord of the Rings? Would Viggo Mortensen be?
He's the only.
He's not your Aragorn anymore.
He's not a Aragorn. He's the Aragorn. I love that.
He did live that life for like a year.
He bled for the show.
Broke a toe. Everyone's little fun fact. Broke a toe in this scene.
All right. McLaughlin has performed alongside Ralph Fiennes in Macbeth, while Stanton has starred in Matilda the musical. On the West End.
Ralph Fiennes was the original Voldemort, by the way.
Oh, nice. Stout gained attention for his resemblance of Rupert Grint in appearances in UK television ads. But while Rowling offered unqualified support for the newly revealed trio, her silence on the more controversial Harry Potter casting Papazitou as Severus Snape has not gone unnoticed. And we talked about this before, because when the trans thing in the UK Supreme Court came to a head and the UK Supreme Court decided, hey, yeah, it's just male and female. We're not legally going to be taking in every definition you guys feel like coming up with. So when they decided that, and then there was all the back and forth, we covered that story too. Honestly,
which is bonkers, by the way, that a state has to come out and legally define biology.
I love that. I love that it's actually becoming.
I hate that it had to be a thing.
Well, I mean, like, it's becoming more and more, like, it's impossible. It's an impossible decision to defend, or position to defend, and it always has been. But now people are being called out on it so vigorously, and they don't have any power behind their threats anymore, that now everyone is just being like, oh yeah, no, you're retarded. It's like you're
It's like, oh shit. Okay, thank you. It's like as soon as they like, oh, it's they them. It's like, okay, thank you for stating that I'm talking to a retard.
yes, thank you. Papa Sidhu controversy remains unaddressed in recent comments. Yeah, so basically reciting the same thing.
It's wild that I know this actor without ever seeing him in anything.
He's
Like if someone says his name, I'm like, oh, he's the new Snape. Hasn't appeared in anything that I've ever seen.
yeah,
I know him
he's been in plays and shit. He's been in plays and shit.
because of controversy over this dumb decision.
Yep. And it goes into more detail about the UK Supreme Court ruling, which we just talked about. The discussion intensified when it was revealed that Sidhu signed an open letter opposing a recent UK Supreme Court ruling affirming the legal definition of sex as biological. The letter co-signed by other actors who have appeared in Rowling's Wizarding World, including Eddie Redmayne, Katie Ling, accused the courts of decision of threatening the safety of individuals who identify differently from their birth
What
sex.
safety is being threatened? You think you're gonna get stoned in the street or something?
Well, in some countries.
Oh, sorry. Words are violence nowadays.
Well, in some...
Remember that saying back in the day? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me.
Yeah, they never heard it.
It's not a thing these days.
No,
It's actually more violent than
sticks and
snapping someone's
stones.
femur.
Sticks and stones may break my bones, but if you say words at me, I'll kill you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it is. That's how it is. That's the real. We were doing it wrong the whole time.
Well, words are violence, but also silence is violence. So we're in a conundrum.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do.
No.
Like, so you might as well just not play the
You
game.
have to be anti-racist or something.
Yeah, the Supreme Court thing. Yeah, the fact that there were so many people who signed on to a letter that is like, what is a letter gonna do at the levels of the Supreme Court? If I don't understand like parliamentary systems, so I mean I generally don't look at them too intently because I can't interpret what the actual result of anything that happens there is.
Grandstanding, yeah.
Well, it's like if someone else was watching the American Congress like have their committees, they'd be like, "Oh, now they're gonna pass a law because that guy owned him." It's like, no, this is just talking. This is just a conversation. This isn't even swaying opinions,
That is super annoying.
isn't it? Though.
Like watching Pierre and Trudeau go at each other or whatever during their
Yeah,
hearings and whatnot. It's like nothing comes of it.
yeah.
Nothing comes of it whatsoever. You're just blabbing at each other, and one who's like, "Oh my god, he owned him."
Yeah, it's
and
basically like a
you
rap
still
battle,
lose.
but without talent.
yeah, you still lose the fucking election anyway.
Yeah, what a loser.
Damn
God.
Pierre.
Can't wait for them not to be a state.
Shit. God.
Let's not do that. Let's not make them a state. All right, what do we got here from J.K. Rowling? I don't have the power to sack an actor for this from the series, and I wouldn't exercise it if I did. I don't believe in taking away people's jobs or livelihoods because they legally protected belief because they hold legally protected beliefs that differ from mine. So she's a free speech absolutist, I bet, until she isn't.
No one has the power right now. He signed the contract. So if you terminate him, he's liable to sue.
That was kind of my hope, was that this whole thing was just like a false flag, that we were all just getting baited into like being really attention driven towards Harry Potter, and then it was like, ta-da, a white guy, and everyone was gonna be happy again. And I'm just like, that wasn't. We'll take it, but that wasn't the point.
No,
It's like
this is set in stone. It's a legal binding contract that he signed. He is playing Snape. It is over.
yeah, I know, but it's like
What if he comes out with straight greasy hair? This is looking like
What do you
Alan Rickman.
What do you mean? He's going. I mean, that's what. He's not going to come out with an afro.
No, he's supposed to. No, they're going to.
He's not,
What do you bet? They're going to go straight 70s with this?
if they did, I'd be felt. Oh my god, that might be redeeming.
And Harry Potter's just suspicious of him all the time for no reason.
Do you think there's a okay?
Black.
Do you think Rowling is completely
I think she has less power than we think she does in this.
the executive producer is the decision maker at the ground level? She makes all. I mean, she.
There can be any given like 20 executive producers on a project, so it's
Okay,
not like
good.
there's a singular position.
Good point. What I was kind of getting at was, do you think that Rowling has a version of Snape's story that actually does work this way, like a different telling,
She wrote it in the books.
a different version of Snape's story that is like
The black version?
Yeah,
She's got a whole different black manuscript.
it's noir. It's a noir book. It's a black and white book written on pages.
Oh, we're gonna bring Harry Potter back to the 60s
Look,
in America. We're in segregation and whatnot.
You and I, neither of us, and no one can pretend like Rowling is not one of the most talented artists of the generation or writers of the generation. We can't pretend that that's not true.
Well, I mean, Gary from Nerd Rock has said multiple times that Harry Potter is basically Star Wars for millennials.
Yeah.
It was what we grew up with when Gen X grew up with Star Wars. So
Yeah, but Harry Potter is going to be a classic series, and there are few. That's not a long list of franchise classic series. I mean, I'm sure we could spend some time on it, come up with maybe 50,
I'm
but
sure
across
there's,
history,
you know, Narnia fans, Aragon fans, Wheel of Time fans. Not shows. I'm talking about books.
we're at 3.
But nothing as big as, like, you got the big 3 basically when it comes to, you got Star Wars, you got Lord of the Rings, and you got Harry Potter. Those are the big 3 things.
Yeah, exactly. So my point being is that, like, she is qualified to tell stories, and I don't think she's...
Well, she was. And she wrote Fantastic Beasts and...
Good point. Fair point.
And that Scarred Child or whatever the fuck.
The Cursed Child.
Cursed Child.
Yeah.
Scarred, same.
Well, my point being that if there is a version of Snape's story that would work without completely breaking the fourth wall by making this by making this explicitly a race issue, she could do that, and maybe even that'd be better for the story at the end of it all if she had some different variant of Snape's character to tell at the end of it that didn't get in the final books.
I mean, you probably could, but you got to change a lot of story.
Well, you don't have to change anything until Snape's reveal.
It's like James walking down a fucking hill or whatever. It's like, hey, boy, stay away from my girl.
Yeah, he's going to be racist. Harry Potter's dad was a bigot. It was a different time back then. I think his dad's going to be some southern, like plantation owner's descendant. Going to be funny. Comedy is good.
Yeah, I don't know how you make it.
Well,
like, okay, so you cast a black dude to play Snape.
Mm-hmm.
And you still go on with the original story. Do you ignore all the racial like, how would that even work?
So
it just would come off, even if you didn't explicitly say like racist shit or whatever, it would still come off as in people are being racist towards Snape throughout the entire story.
Here's my 2 minute thought. Here's my 2 minute thought on it, because I've only had a minute or two to like actually come up with an idea here. But basically, like, you could do something as simple as Snape and Harry's dad were actually a part of the same social circle and friends,
Yeah,
and
change
then
the entire story.
And that what did you think I was talking about when I was saying
like
this?
as simple as like trying to like do it as simply as possible without changing drastic shit in it.
Well,
I don't think you can.
From the movies, if you took the movies and did this, the only thing you would have to change is the very last film, when you have Snape's reveal, where he was in love with Harry's mom, and he was being bullied, or I guess there is the one cutscene you get basically in one of the earlier films.
He was in love with Lily. He was the one that sent the dough.
But I think the earliest you ever see him being like bullied as a context clue for his past was in like movie 4. It was like 3 or 4 when he's I think wasn't it the Goblet of Fire? No, that was.
I don't remember. It might have been 3 because that's when the Patronus comes in, and he doesn't.
He has like a different mentor in every movie.
There's Lupin that time.
Yep, it's Lupin in that. In the Goblet of Fire, it's
protecting his mind, so it might have been 5 or 6.
I think it was 5, Order of the Phoenix, because no one believed that Voldemort was back, and so he kept trying to
invade Harry's mind.
Yeah, so no one believed it. So Professor Snape was tutoring him on that. So that's the first time you see it is 5 movies in. So we're 10 years away from them needing to figure out how this backstory thing works in the show. Now, they might have more details that come out that are in the books that will be relayed into the show that I just don't know of. But I mean, I'm making the best good faith argument I can for why this could work, because I understand, and I'm on the same page. This was a stupid decision, completely unnecessary, but it's also the kind of thing that you would want to see some change in the story so that it's not the exact same thing as the movies were, so that even the older generation who grew up on the movies has something to experience for a first time also. So
I don't.
That's my
Like,
best
look
good
at
faith
this,
interpretation.
This guy is a fucking model.
Yeah, he's
Snape is an ugly ass white dude with greasy black hair.
yeah. Yeah, he's beautiful. Very
Yeah,
beautiful
and
man.
It's like, I want a show or a movie that is exclusively casted by fans.
Yeah. That would be amazing, actually. I think we basically got that with Deadpool and Wolverine.
It was close.
We even got the Cavalry.
Everyone wants Henry Cavill and everything.
We got the Cavalry. Well, I don't think I want Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I don't see it.
I would have wanted a young Tom Hardy as because he's short.
Yeah.
He's spicy. So it could have worked out.
Mm-hmm.
But not going to get that. Dude's almost 50 now.
Yeah, we can't. Oh my god.
Everyone's getting old.
Canonically accurate Wolverine. And he's short. So,
it's you little guy.
all right, the divided fan base. The situation highlights a key challenge for HBO and Warner Bros. As Discovery as they move forward with the adaptation. On one hand, Rowling's presence on the project has prompted criticism from progressives fans who oppose her views on gender-related issues. On the other hand, more traditional fans have raised concerns that the show is leaning into modern identity politics through key casting decisions, alienating audiences on both ends of the cultural divide. That's a really good take on this, because that's a really good summary of the problem. You have literally no audience for this. You're alienating both sides. That's a huge issue if you're trying to make something this big.
Chase for the modern audience.
Yeah.
Which gaming has been trying to do for a while, and you're not reaching it.
Yeah.
Well, you are, but there is no modern audience.
There isn't.
There's 43 people.
That's been pretty much proven in like a million different ways now. And even like gaming, yes, the gaming audience is awake to this, which that translates across mediums. Like once you're aware of an issue,
Gamers are a lot more passionate.
that's true. But once you're aware of an issue, you see it everywhere in every reference. You don't see it only in this one specific thing, or at least I don't think that's commonplace. Sidhu, known for his performances in I May Destroy You and stage productions like Hamlet, bring different interpretation of Snape to the scene or to the screen, but whether fans will embrace this version or continue to see the role through the lens of Alan Rickman's performance remains to be seen. It's not just Alan Rickman's performance. We've been saying it this whole time. It's the way the character is written. It's the backstory, and it's the fact that you can't interpret that same storyline through a racial lens without it coming out completely different on the opposite side. I mean, that's basically been...
Yeah, it's like you can't ignore... Okay, so being that Harry Potter takes place in the 90s, you can't ignore, like, say you want to ignore this dude's skin color the entire time. It's still going to come off as...
Yeah.
Racist or whatever they're doing to the character this entire time. Harry's suspicious of him for basically no reason the entire time.
And are we going to pretend...
It's like, oh, you're suspicious because he's black?
Are we going to pretend like HBO is not also considering the fact that when this show does flop, or if it flops, you know what? Fairness, HBO's or Warner...
Season 1 will do good.
Season 1 will do good. Harry Potter's way too big to have just no one watch it. So, I mean, it's going to do what Amazon does. They'll spin the numbers a bunch, and they'll do that. But... no one who's paying attention is dumb enough to think HBO is not going to weaponize Papa Sidhu's skin color as an attack against the fandom who's like shitting on the show on the merits of the show.
It'll be a preemptive attack.
Yeah, the Warner Bros.
You don't like our show because
you're racist. You're bad.
Racist.
Classic toxic fandom.
Even though there's plenty of other characters that are of different ethnicities in the show or in the books, and no one give a fuck.
Yeah. And honestly, there's so many characters you could make black in the show that would not have any problem.
Any repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to go American, you should go African. Just African Harry Potter. What is that smirk for? Like, that'd be so...
I was just saying it was like takes place in fucking Zimbabwe or something.
That Pride Rock from Lion King. Harry Potter. Harry Potter and the Malaria Stone. What? That's a common disease.
It's the main killer of the human race.
Yes, it's not even a race thing.
Yeah, it's not even
not even a race thing.
I mean, the mosquitoes are a little racist because they mostly go after black people. But
damn it, you're gonna make me.
We gotta kill the mosquitoes.
Oh, you're making me racist. No. All right, what lies ahead? So in the rest of the article, what lies ahead? Despite the controversy, HBO remains committed to the series. No one expected them to like. Oh no, some negative feedback. I guess we're not going to do this multi-billion-dollar like project. No, which will retell Rowling's 7 novels over what the company has described as a decade-long adaptation. The exact number of seasons has not been confirmed. Casting for major roles, including Dumbledore as John Lithgow, McGonagall was cast.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Okay, Janet McTeer, Hagrid, Nick Frost. I kind of like that. I mean, we'll see.
Nick Frost is a G.
Quirrell. Oh, they did have Quirrell. Dude, everyone I thought wasn't casted has been casted.
What about the face on the back of Quirrell?
I think the aunt and uncle are probably not casted yet. I mean, Quirrell, Luke Thallon, has steadily trickled out in recent months. And I love how they started with Papa Sidu, as if they were like, hey, you know what'll piss everyone off? Let's do this.
That was the first rumor.
That was it, yeah.
And then Lithgow was the first confirmed one.
Yeah. So we got a good casting showing up so far as like getting a completed list. I think this trio does look like they'll be just fine. I don't see any problem with them.
Fucking 11-year-olds. Who cares?
Well, and then just like Hermione, it's like they did the same thing with
child actors usually suck anyway.
Yeah, I mean, we're not expecting them to be like Oscar-winning celebrities. I mean, they're major. The things that are going to really matter in the realm of performance come far later in the series. But I mean, they try to do the same thing where they do like white passing for a character with Astrid from How to Train Your Dragons live action. And it really did.
I saw her next to a cosplayer, and everyone was like, why don't you hire the cosplayer to be the fucking actress?
I don't know, man. This is like an addiction for these people. Like, I don't know. Like,
everything's it's identity politics.
Well, and even
they see everything through a fucking
racial lens. Yeah.
So
well, and Hermione's character is actually kind of described like with the curly hair and stuff.
Fuck.
Yeah. So it's whatever. It's like what? Like this is. I think this is a good casting.
It's fine.
I think it'll be fine.
As long as she doesn't get a tan.
Imagine seeing like 3 kids on screen and being like, oh, fuck those little bastards. Those kids are ugly and they're not even ginger. This is bullshit. You feel underrepresented in this show already?
No, we got a ginger with a strong name. Alistair Stout. That's strong.
Dude, Alistair Stout sounds like a king's right hand.
And you know, Hollywood has been doing everything in their power to replace gingers throughout history with black people.
You're very oppressed.
Yeah, but no one talks about it.
Yeah.
You know why?
Because you're oppressed.
No, because you don't have a victim mentality.
That too. All right. J.K. Rowling praises Harry Potter trio casting, but stays silent on Papa Sidu Snape controversy. An article brought to us from That Park Place and Marvin Montanaro as the author. Great work. Really good breakdown. Really appreciate the consolidation on all of those topics. Let's move on to...
Can you continue the podcast for about a minute while I...
You're good. Yeah, we're in between, so you're good. I'll just entertain the audience on my own. It's fine. It's fine. All right, guys, actually, we got some other cool things we were not really going to be digging into. I think that while I have you guys all to myself, we're going to talk a little bit about Paramount Plus, Paramount and CBS. This is an article we weren't really going to dig into, just kind of thought we'd have handy just in case we had some extra time at the end of the stream, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case. So we're going to just cover it real quick. Paramount offers settlement in Trump CBS lawsuit over 60-minute segment as Skydance merger hangs in the balance. Paramount has a lot hanging on this deal. Their streaming platform is in the bottom half of the top 10 streaming platforms, competing against, obviously, Netflix. You got HBO. You have Hulu, Disney Plus even. So Paramount has, and they've been trying to make this merger, get rid of their streaming platform, move it somewhere else for a while now. This whole thing where they did these 60 minutes and did the edited interview was absolutely the worst decision they could have possibly made, because not only is the lawsuit kind of still hanging in the balance as they're trying to figure all of this out, they're giving Trump a settlement offer, and I mean, this merger is getting closer and closer. So deadline approaches Paramount Skydance merger as Donald Trump holds all the cards. They offered it, and they offered a settlement, and they offered a settlement to Trump, but Trump turned it down. So actually, further in the article, Paramount recently offered Trump $15 million to settle the lawsuit, and it did, and he $15 million to settle the lawsuit, and he didn't take it. And the longer this goes on, the more fucked Paramount is, because if they can't settle this and get this $15 million off the table, this legal action settled, they're in a horrible place for trying to make a merger happen with Skydance. And they need that more than I think anything, which is a shame, because Paramount Plus actually has some of the best content in streaming right now. But I mean, it doesn't matter if no one's coming to the platform to see it, myself included. Cody keeps giving me shit about Mobland. So
watch Mobland.
I will watch Mobland. I just wanted to run through that. I just wanted to run that over real quick, since we weren't going to probably get a chance to talk about the story. But let's get into our last story from the day. We got a different article brought to us from a different platform. Elon Musk replies as Asmongold admits he's willing to stream on X for free. So we got a little bit to talk about with this one. If you guys don't know, Asmongold on his streams was talking about potentially doing something like 20 hours a week being available to stream on X, which would make X which would bring in a huge wave of audience to X just for streaming, especially if they rework the platform slightly to make streaming a little bit more friendly on the platform.
Well, I assume he's getting a little fucking sick of Twitch.
Well, I mean, everyone is. I mean, I think they're so inconsistent with their rules. They have all the debacle going on with Hassan Piker recently, where
it's like, yeah, we'll ban him for 24 hours. And they asked him, it's like, you got Sundays off, right? It's like, okay, you're banned for Sunday.
Yeah. That twit, I can't stand that guy. But whatever, he's made his buck. He's gonna keep going. He's not gonna change his mind.
CEO is sleeping with him, allegedly.
Allegedly. So with all of the stuff going on Twitch related to Asmongold and Hassan Piker basically hating on each other, and more of that is Hassan. Hassan brings up Asmongold in basically every hour. It's like as a reference point. So you have a lot of negative stories that's been coming out around Twitch for a while now, and it's time for big names to start making moves. I mean, we've been exploring the idea of moving the stream or at least multi-streaming over to Rumble. It's more of a logistics issue than whether or not we aren't going to do it. It's just a matter of like setting it up and getting it running properly. But I think we're pretty committed to doing multi-streams in the near future. It'll be good. It'll be a good change of pace.
It'll be good. Let's see how quick we can get banned off of a certain platform.
Let's start that. They'll put all the work and money.
We're not banned off of YouTube yet, so
yeah. How did that happen? I think we're shadow banned.
We're shadow banned.
I think we're shadow banned.
Our channel's under attack.
Our channel's under attack. If you haven't smashed the like button and subscribed to the channel, YouTube's going to come and murder us for having opinions. That's obviously defamation. So just saying. I'm obviously defaming YouTube, this multi-billion-dollar conglomerate.
Yeah, they haven't gotten after us yet. It's just, HBO basically.
You're not on X at all, are you?
No.
I mean, you're basically like,
I'm not on anything.
You're on YouTube.
I'm on YouTube and Discord.
Yeah, but basically because you were forced to, out of just sheer convenience, we needed it.
No, I don't do social media. Social media is gay.
It's gay as hell.
It's for the gays.
Lame and gay. But X has kind of, ever since Elon stepped away to do the Doge thing, I've kind of felt like X has kind of calmed down a little bit more than I wanted it to.
Well, it's had a shitload of problems recently too. Like DMs aren't going through for people. X just isn't working. It won't play videos. Blah blah blah. And I was like, well, maybe if instead of firing 85% of the company, maybe 84%.
They should have done 90%, dude. I mean, it's probably those remaining 15% that are fucking everything up. Let's just go to 0 employees, all AI, all automated. Let's just get the AI drones working on it as engineers.
Did you hear that AI that blackmailed the dude that was trying to shut it down?
Yes.
That was a test. Everyone blew it out of proportion.
Yep.
Like the AI was fed fake documents and whatnot, and then
it was told
it tried to blackmail the person.
Yeah.
And just like, don't shut me down, or I'm gonna
blackmail you with this thing.
I'm gonna show everyone your CP.
Yep, CP. So you added the context before I jumped in. It was the engineers who were working on the AI gave it specific criteria. Says it has no other no other alternatives. It's basically just trying to get it to do the thing.
Your prime directive is to
blackmail this guy.
blackmail this person.
Yeah, I love that that's what we're teaching AI to do.
Yeah.
It's like maybe
that won't be a problem in the future at all.
Yeah, it'd be really nice if like biological weapons, if like nuclear codes, if we just isolated specific things for the AI not
If you
to
don't
play
do
with.
this thing, I will leak your browser history.
Dear God, no.
Oh God.
From my phone or from my computer? Those are two entirely different locations.
I forgot which one I'm using a VPN on.
There's no way they're connected via the internet. There's no way you could do
They'll
both.
never figure it out.
But Elon Musk is replying. So Asmongold takes first step here. And do you remember the whole debacle with these two, like last year when it was the Path of Exile thing where Elon got called out for like basically pretending to be streaming and having someone else run a stream?
that called him out, or Hassan?
Asmon was one of them. I don't know if Hassan did. I'm not saying.
I don't think Hassan is in the know-how of anything, really.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe he kind of knows some things. I mean, he's very tapped in to the like international terrorist scene.
Yeah.
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 Seems to have connections in that
It's a big scene.
area. Maybe FBI. Maybe look into that. Just wondering. Curious.
Yeah, Cash, what the hell are you doing?
I'm just curious, man. Just asking questions. We're just asking questions.
Just asking questions.
Why are you mad? These are just questions. So Elon Musk timing in after the whole debacle with Path of Exile and with Elon Musk having someone else run his game, like speed runs for him. I didn't get that. That always threw me off a little bit. I never understood the need to.
I mean, I would believe it if Elon came out and be like, yeah, I got 1,000 hours into Path of Exile. It's like, yeah, because you set up companies, you hire in, and then you just leave it. So it's like, I assume you could have plenty of free time, but billionaires don't really tend to have free time.
No.
Otherwise, they're not billionaires.
No, and Elon Musk, the one thing about Elon Musk that people keep pissing me off.
Nothing but free time, and I should be under a fucking bridge.
Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, or richest man. He's so famous, and he's just a corrupt businessman taking advantage of everyone else's hard work. And I'm just like, dude, like they were reporting on this. Like the guy sleeps on a fucking couch most of the time, or
I think
like
he's still got like a 2-bedroom house. Or
yeah,
something.
the guy is not like he doesn't have
He's never there.
Yeah, the guy's flying everywhere, talking to everyone, international travel, deals across nations. Like he's giving internet to all sorts of people in war zones and shit. He's doing diplomatic talks with the president and going along with him on trips.
He got the key to the White House yesterday.
Yeah, that's like he just like can live there now.
Yeah,
just like
and just chill. You probably sleep on the bowling alley.
when was the last time they changed the locks in that place?
Fucking autistic.
You think they ever changed the locks in the White House, most secure building in the world?
Nah.
No. You know what was interesting about this, and not to stay on politics, but
It's an 18th century key still.
Trump was in the Middle East recently, and I think he was in.
Is he fighting?
No, he was waging an economic war.
Trying to get that Earl?
No, he was visiting a prince or something. I can't remember which state.
Trying to get that Earl.
That
Yeah, drill, baby, drill.
And then he's in there, and he's like, "Wow, what a beautiful castle you have."
It's the most beautiful castle I've ever seen.
This is amazing. I would say fuck that castle to keep the White House. You know, I'm a little biased, but I think our White House is a little cooler.
Well, I think the White House is a lot more square footage underground than it does above ground.
I mean, fair enough, but I mean, it does seem to be a little crowded at times, you know? Like a little bit full.
Fire 85% of the staff.
Man, I
mean, your Secret Service doesn't do shit.
Yeah. No, they
brought back Melissa McCarthy to fucking do that.
Are you serious? They brought that bitch back?
I think they did, yeah.
Dude, she was so... Oh, my God. There's no
She was still trying to get her gun back in the holster when they were at the hospital.
Oh, my God.
It took her 20 minutes to get her gun back.
Dude, what the fuck? Look, okay, not staying off politics for now. I just wanted to point out the fact that
story. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm still not getting into politics. So Elon Musk replies as Asmongold admits he's willing to stream on X. We got a few videos here to go over.
Well,
but let's
they're
just
both
dig
on the
into
same side because they both take digs at Hassan.
Well, everyone takes digs at Hassan who can, but
like Elon Musk really got into a fight with Hassan. He called him like a fucking dumbass retard or some shit.
Well, again,
which is awesome.
Everyone's done that.
Coming from a billionaire, it's like, yeah, you fucking retard.
Well, the thing about Elon being like one of the richest men in the world is who was it? Mark Cuban, who's like, I got fuck you money or something, and I can just pay $50,000 fines for cursing as often as I want to or whatever. Or like,
Oh yeah, you got fined on that game show for saying fuck or whatever.
yeah,
He's like, what? I got fined $15,000 for saying what? And he's like, yeah, go fuck yourself.
it's all going to charity, whatever. Okay, I'll say fuck.
Yeah,
I've never said fuck before.
a quarter of it's probably going to charity. The rest is going back in my pocket.
Yep. All right. Staying in the article, Asmongold laid out possible plans for multi-streaming with specific focus on X, saying he's willing to help improve the platform for other broadcasters soon after X owner Elon Musk chimed in. This is actually, this would be huge. I mean, this would be the kind of thing that like pull other streamers into X as an alternative.
I think it was Joe Rogan, then Asmon when it comes to views, like total views.
Yeah. Well, and Rogan has kind of like his stuff has slowly.
Because I know that Asmon's been doing like, because I mainly watch Asmon clips. You know, I don't watch full streams or whatever.
Yep.
But he's been doing that for years, and just recently in the past few months, it's been all over my timeline.
Yeah, he's blown up. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't say he's blowing up.
No, he is blowing up on YouTube. Like his stuff is growing on YouTube. Like he's insane. Asmongold, to your point, Asmongold is one of the most watched streamers on Twitch, where he boasts 2 separate accounts with over 5 million collective viewers. While he's exclusively streamed on the site for his entire career, he's now considering making a move to X at least in some capacity. Yeah, so I mean,
I'll just move the whole thing over. Fuck Twitch. Twitch needs to die or reform. Like, there's been talks about Twitch actually like banning all political content on their website and just focusing on gaming purely.
We're not going to lie to ourselves,
but
and
it's not going
like,
to happen.
Yeah, well, and we're not.
The most viewed things are political content and
sexy stuff.
Gateways to someone's fans account.
Yeah, well, and not even just those 2 points, but also the fact that if they did put a policy on their website to like no political conversations, they're not going to enforce that evenly. They're just going to say no bad politics, no your side politics.
Yeah, nothing that I disagree with politics.
Exactly.
There's the thing on Twitch too, where when it comes to VTubers, like when you go like search a game or whatever that you want to watch, VTubers won't show up because they got their own separate tag that they're forced to go into. Is like you can't put a tag like, oh, playing Elden Ring. You're under a VTuber tag, so they get less views because the VTubers instead of just being under that game tag. So they got plenty of problems to deal with.
Yeah, they do. But I mean, it's all issues of their own creation. Like they doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down. They went so hard on people who just have the wrong opinions that the platform is now like just. I don't know why anyone is there. Like I don't think it's the best. I don't consider it the best place to watch gaming content. Like I'm following a few people on Twitch, but I don't like watching it at all. Like I hate that platform. I just don't find it to be easy, like super easy to use. I don't enjoy like searching for things on it. And honestly, Let's Plays are something I enjoy watching some specific creators. Niche. Yeah, I enjoy watching a few specific creators, but I if you give me an entire library of anything, if you give me an entire library of anything, I might find a few things in it that I like, but I'm not going to be completely enticed.
When it comes to that, I could see like people watching a creator play a RPG or a narrative game or whatever. But when it comes to watching someone play like Fortnite or Call of Duty or one of those, it's like, why? That's where I don't get it.
Right. I don't know.
It's like, I'm going to watch this dude play Fortnite for 4 hours straight.
I don't get that. Like Rumble has done this really, YouTube has this too, but where you raid and basically you can migrate your viewers to another live stream. I mean, I feel like YouTube and Rumble do that just well enough. I don't feel like you need to. I don't even know what Twitch does specifically that is uniquely their kind of idea, their kind of thing they do. They host basically everything. I'd say, I mean, just live streams, obviously no videos. So I mean, they even have less than what other streaming platforms do, where you can not only stream the live stream, but then also host videos, and then also the live stream remains as part of your catalog indefinitely. So like if you live stream on YouTube, it becomes a video on your catalog.
Right.
With Twitch.
So there's no back catalog on Twitch at all?
I don't think so.
I don't think there is either.
Matt streams on Twitch, and I'm pretty sure he was telling me how he can't like go back and like he can't like host his own videos on Twitch and have them be up. I was pretty sure that's how he broke it down for me. I might be misunderstanding because I've never posted content there, so I don't know the limitations, but I'm trying in good faith to understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. When it comes to my like entertainment stuff, everything's on YouTube anyway.
Yeah. And I would see it go to Rumble. Like, I would see more things go to Rumble. I would see more things go to X. And not even just to, like, kill YouTube, because YouTube's not going anywhere for a long time. What you'd basically need to kill YouTube is for AI to make platform hosting irrelevant. Like, your own computer will be your nexus to the internet for people to view your quote-unquote channel.
I think AI is killing people going to Rumble, to be honest.
I mean...
Because you hop on Rumble, and you go to your YouTuber or whatever that moved over to Rumble.
Yeah.
Watch their videos. AI destroys their advertising.
How so? Like, clarify.
Because every advertisement is AI generated and fear mongering. It's horrible. And it's all the fucking time.
Gotcha. I know what you mean. I gotcha. I mean,
oh, did you eat elk meat this year? Well, then
you're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Contact so and so.
At 1-800-STATE FARM.
It's almost like so like you get Disney or whatever with their advertisements, and it's all pharmaceutical companies basically. Yep. Every advertisement's fucking big pharma.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the same thing on Rumble, only like the backlash to it.
Panic driven.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, it's not like you could ever convince me that anyone ever wants to watch.
Get your Patriot Supply now, and you can get all this food that will last you forever.
No one would ever convince me that there's ever any category of ad I would ever be okay with in any context. Like, there's no ads.
Back in the day, like Doritos had a good ad campaign.
Well, do you remember how hard we fought to get rid of that? Like,
your ads is like, and twins.
And then they invented an entire new industry called DVR in order to be able to skip them. Like, the problem is so, like, ads are so annoying that they're
not going to go away. Ads are going to infest everything. Like,
my point. That's my point. It's like all ads are bad. All ads are.
Like, you can pay for Prime without ads or whatever, and you'll still get a fucking ad at the beginning of the fucking show. Because they can't do it without it. That's the only way they make money.
Right.
And so subscriptions, we're just slowly going back into cable, which is so fucking annoying.
Well, this is why
I'm buying bundles now of streaming services
that I don't even want.
Yeah.
Asmongold considers multi-streaming with plans to move to X. Asmon discussed the situation during a May 2025 broadcast, admitting that he's willing to partially stream on the social media site in hopes of making it better for streamers. I don't know how much time I can really invest in doing this, probably about 20 hours a week. We could maybe work for a month or for like a month or so and get a website up to par for live streaming. I could do that. That'd be no big deal. And we'll actually just watch his breakdown of this rather than go quote for quote, line for line, because that'll be simpler.
Speculate.
Well, yeah, and we don't want to guess at it either. So coming at us from Yeet on X, actually, let's just spin.
How the fuck do you get that name?
Let's just spin this off, actually. Sure. All right, just to blow that up for you guys a little bit. Hold on. Pause. Back it up. Wah. All right, let's just bring it up a little bit. I don't know how that's going to sound, so bear with me. But from Yeet, Asmongold says he's been in contact with people at Twitter X Streaming, is willing to help them help their entire UI platform and stream there for a month for free. Says he would stream on X for 20 hours a week. Thinks it would take anywhere from $30 to $50 million to complete. And I agree. I don't think X is a decent platform for streaming. I really don't. I don't think the format I don't think is good. I don't think it's really ideal.
It's quick shit.
It is quick shit.
That's why you're limited in characters for every tweet.
But also, the majority of the audience on X, to me, seems to be people who are looking at it for news or for just conversations about like current events. It doesn't even necessarily appear to be a place where you would see a Let's Play or any streaming of any category, really. I mean, if I see stuff there, sometimes I'm even just surprised.
I mean, Elon wanted to make it more of a streaming kind of video-based thing to compete with YouTube,
and I want that as well. I just
you got
in addition to the logistics, like the fixing the platform, the website, the servers, the hardware, you also have an image issue where it's like a branding thing. You need to you need to overcome that. You need to be a place where people actually relate to streaming. And Asmongold is a good start, but that's not even close to the finish line, especially if he's talking just a month.
Well, I just start.
I talked to some of the, like, one of the guys that was like working on X as well, like besides Elon, right? I talked to him a little bit, and like, if they, like, I don't know how much time I can really invest into doing this, right? But I could probably give them like at least 20 hours a week. I mean, maybe, I don't know how much time I could really go beyond that. I mean, for free, really. I mean, if they,
okay, so go ahead.
Can't you dual stream?
Yeah, the article assumes that he's saying multi-stream. Yes, he can.
Well, it's sounding like he's like, oh, okay, I can stream here, and then I'll put another 20 hours aside to stream here.
Exactly. Well, this is why
So it's what, Twitter exclusive content?
That's how I understood it to mean. Now the trick with this is that you have if he moves from Twitch to X, there's a lot of issues with like audience where you'll never get them back. There's people who will never return to your platform or have the same excitement. So
there's no way to like
consistency,
donate or support the person you're viewing on X.
Right. So I mean, when he says for free, he's not looking for like a contract signed with. Well, actually, no, there is.
Well, I mean, he can get paid by X itself.
So because
he's big enough,
right? So.
But
there is a monetization on X. I just want to clarify that. I can break it down real quick. So X has a monetization based on interactions on your feeds. So if you put up a post, any interactions with that generate ad revenue because ads are posted in the feed from that post. And so the more interactions you get, the more. Tim Pool broke this down when it first got released, and he's like, I got $20,000 because I got so much stuff, or $20,000 this month from just X alone.
It's a bad take, and everyone looked at it.
Well, he trolls on X a lot.
Yeah,
that's he mostly shit posts on X as far as I can tell. All right.
Want like, or we could really work for like maybe like a month or so and like get the website up to par for like live streaming. I could do that. That'd be no big deal. And
like
asking for ad money, I don't give a fuck about money. Like, I mean, if they want to give me money, that's fine, but I don't give a fuck. The fact is that, like, again, I just think that it's better. It's better for the platform. It's better for everybody, and so I just do it for free. Like, I don't care. Like, I've already got enough money, right?
I mean,
exactly. Yeah. I was just gonna say he doesn't need to do it for the money because he's got enough money. What the point is basically like propping up X more to get out of Twitch and kind of bury Twitch.
Well, so I've been watching a lot of his streams lately, and he's been exercising some real frustrations with X through conversations he's just
X
having.
or Twitch?
Twitch. Thank you. Sorry. Yep. I got that backwards. Yeah, he's been talking about frustrations he's had with Twitch for a while now. So I mean, he definitely has a bone to pick. They banned him recently last year. I think it was. I don't remember how long it was. I don't think it was just 24 hours. I thought it was like a week or something. It was some significant period of time because he was away, and he had this whole he came back and he cleaned his room, but it was kind of clean, not really. So it was like there was a whole story about it. I can't remember the details on him. That's driving me nuts.
Well, yeah, I would imagine when your like main supplier of views and whatnot towards your streaming at, and their terms of service is basically like even the company doesn't follow their own terms of service, they can get very fucking frustrating.
Oh, we know. We do know this. Honestly, we've been pretty. I mean, I don't know if it's just because we are still a pretty small channel, and you guys should help us grow by subscribing. But if I
mean, I could test it with some gamer words.
We don't. But I don't know if we're just under the radar on this, but we really haven't had any issue with YouTube too. I mean, there was some issues with a couple of videos that just got hard taken down
from YouTube or from other third parties.
Just YouTube so far.
HBO and shit like that.
Oh, Warner Brothers is a nightmare.
Yeah, Warner Brothers is a nightmare.
You can barely cover stories on them at all. But I think that's not unique to us in any way.
No, but YouTube itself, I mean.
Yeah, the fact that YouTube is like, hey, there is a carve out in law for fair use, and we presume that you were violating that rather than presume like the inversion. They tend towards everyone is doing the wrong thing if they get called out. So usually you have to, if you get accused of doing something with someone else's content, you then get a copyright and your video is down until you can refute it, make your free or
it's guilty until proven innocent.
exactly. You have to dispute it through YouTube's service, which can take up to a month, and sometimes your video just never comes back.
Yeah.
So.
And so, like, if I get more money, I get more money. But, like, if not, that's okay. And so, anyway, get your damn time. Yeah, no, so if they want to hit me up and work something out, and, yeah, I mean, we could get it set up. Because I think, honestly, it probably would take about, probably like 4 months of, like, A/B testing of, like, things that work and don't work. But then after that, I mean, you've already got, like, a number of, like, really good points of reference. It's probably not even that hard. I mean, I don't even think they really even need me to do it, but
well, they would need so on that point specifically, they would definitely need him to pressure test
He's
it.
the ultimate tester.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah, you're gonna put the amount of stress his streams. Do you remember? Okay, so remember this when Elon
I was gonna bring this up.
Elon interviewed Trump on X, and then it got DDoS attacked.
Yeah,
and they need to stress test the shit out of this platform because it's not just that the platform's hardware and the systems can't handle it. It's also that you have external factors literally attacking the platform at pivotal moments. And so it not only has to be able to carry the weight of the stress load, it also needs to be like protected and insulated from external issues that could come at it. Which, depending on the way a DDoS attack comes at you, you're not going to be able to.
With one of the most popular streamers of all time right now. It's a good way to go about it.
I think so. Yeah. And the fact that he would volunteer a month, poof.
But if they wanted to take live streaming seriously, I think that X could be the place for live streaming. But they just have to do a few different things and change the UI a little bit, which would require, like, I think probably, actually, to be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about with the amount of money it would cost. I really don't. It'd probably be like $30-50 million to get everything like set up and ready. Like that's.
So he's talking about like changing up the UI and getting it more stream friendly. It's not like $20-50 million going to him.
Yeah. Well,
for him to stream on there. It was just like changing the entire website really to accommodate streaming.
And I think that actually, I don't think he's 100% correct on the 50 million, 30 million. I think it actually could be significantly less. Like, I don't even think we're talking about 20 million. I think we're talking about far less.
All that behind that.
You do, but here's the thought. The major issue for making most platforms competitive against YouTube is the storage, the data storage, because there's no such thing as the quote unquote cloud. Your data is kept in someone else's hardware, someone else's hard drive. That's where your data is being kept.
It's not in a cloud?
It's not in a literal cloud. That's actually water. It's bad for data.
Oh, I thought I deleted my data is when it rained.
No. It's just every time it rains, you're worried about saving your favorite photos or videos. You gotta check your phone.
I thought that's how my.
That one wasn't my cloud. That one, my cloud's over there. Yeah. No, but the issue that they're going to have it depends. If they're just live streaming, none of that data gets like quote unquote recorded. Or not a lot
unless you got a back catalog.
Right, which is
why Twitch probably doesn't do it because of all the fucking storage space that it would take up.
Exactly. So the answer is probably yes, they would definitely need hardware. They would definitely need some things to do in order to improve and not put stress on their existing system, especially if they're going to have all this new traffic from an entirely new source, and it's going to be more processor and like resource driven. Is like how much stronger does the computer need to be, not how much more storage does the system need to have. Because
I mean, you go back to when Elon was doing like interviews with Trump or whatever, you'd have millions of people watching at the same time, and then it'll also be fucking laggy as shit.
Yep.
And they can figure that out.
So they definitely need to add, but I doubt that they would go through a complete rehaul. Now, at the same time, X has also made its buck back. So I mean, X is now. My understanding is X is now profitable. They're above their market value that they had when Elon bought it at first. So they got most of the ad boycott resolved and pretty much right where they want it to be. And Elon coming back to the platform means they're going to be back in full swing and going to be able to take on new initiatives with a little bit more.
Be shit posting more.
Yeah, dude. So I mean, streaming on the platform would be actually kind of epic. But the main thing to take away from it is I don't.
TOS is a lot more lenient on X,
Oh, so much more. I mean,
where you can actually talk about shit.
where you can hear Kanye West's new song.
Yeah. I still haven't heard that.
You
by the way.
oh, it's actually kind of gets stuck in your head.
It's kind of a bang.
Summer Anthem
it's a
2025. Summer Anthem 2025. We got another. Let's
That's what I would assume, to like have it all programmed in
Finish up.
and like, you know, redo the whole website, do it everywhere. Probably be like 30, 50 million. So yeah.
Again, he's not wrong. It's going to take money, but I don't think 30-50 million is reasonable idea for how much it'll cost. I think it's far more.
I think what Elon
Or
wants to do, he would be like, yeah, fuck it, let's throw the money at it.
He could.
Because he's wanted to compete when it comes to streaming.
Yeah.
He wants videos. He doesn't want it to just be a fucking like town forum where you just post random shit.
My main
Wants to expand it.
my main thing is, yes, all of that's true. He definitely wants to be the number one in that. Or I would. He's been clear that he's wants to
autistic
compete.
as fuck. He wants to be number one in that.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that my point came across, that $30 million, you could accomplish this goal of live streaming on X for far less money. I'm just saying this goal. Now, being number one, beating YouTube, having stored videos, yeah, then you have a lot more money to talk about. But it depends on what goal we're talking about specifically at the time. For getting the streaming on X to happen. So Elon replied to that, okay, let's give it a shot. That was May 27th. That's only 4 days ago. And then they're going to be, so I mean, probably not going to take more than a week or so for them to actually get this thing off the ground and get it started.
So you're gonna have like X, and then you're gonna have X streaming or X whatever. It'd be this like in the same website, but like a different.
So it would actually be
So
this.
you wouldn't just like hop onto X and just go to stream. It would just be a different. It would be like a separate category.
It would be the same website, I expect, because, and think of it this way, like, hold on. So there's more on the story here. I just wanted to make sure to get that. But
We got a reaction of a reaction of your reaction.
yeah, so basically, again, from Yeet, Asmon thinks it will be groundbreaking moment when he starts multi-streaming. You can expect it to happen in a week. A lot of people are waiting for somebody to do it.
Who the fuck is Yeet?
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna follow
He
him.
just watches.
He's got it figured out. I mean, TMZ for streamers. That's
Oh shit.
sure. Well, I've enjoyed TMZ before. Anyway, I don't now. I haven't watched it in a long time. But anyway, let's jump into the rest of this because it looks like there's more to say on this. So let's keep going.
I think that when I start multi-streaming, you're going to see a lot of people that are going to move after I do it.
Yeah, no
Like
shit.
that will, I think it will be a very, very big moment. Migration's real? Yeah. And we'll have to wait and see. But I think that
kinda
a lot
funny,
of people
positive.
are waiting.
Yeah,
It's kind of funny that you can say that without sounding
Arrogant.
Arrogant. It's like when I move, people will move with me.
well, he's right. I mean, he's
Oh, he's right, but it's also he doesn't come off as like I'm the big bad boss or whatever. And
No.
people follow me.
yeah, he's not he doesn't.
I think that's why people gravitate so much towards Asmon. It's like the dude's worth millions,
Yeah,
and he just this is what
what he actually thinks.
yeah, what happens when it comes to like following people. It just seems like just a regular ass dude that almost doesn't realize he's worth millions.
Right. Well, when you have fuck you money, you get to be a lot more authentic. When
True.
you get to be as authentic as you want to be, basically.
Where Rogan is, and they want to make Hassan the next Rogan, which I don't know why they're stuck on this. Making Hassan the next Rogan's like, we want the left version of the Rogan, so we're gonna prop up Hassan Piker.
A pro Hamas terrorist supporter, like absolutely anti everything.
First of all,
America
the dude
bad.
has no charisma whatsoever.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hard pause.
Okay.
Hassan is the biggest streamer on Twitch. It's not Asmon. It's Hassan.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so he has something that millions of people are still gravitating towards. You and I may, I'm not scolding you on it at all. I'm just saying, hold on, he has
Scold me,
something.
Daddy.
Yeah, okay. No, he has
Stop it.
never. He has something that people are gravitating towards, and it's frustrating because he's so wrong and so dumb. Did you see his Ethan Klein debate?
Yeah,
H3,
dude,
H3,
this is
H3.
why I don't get Hassan. He has nothing to say ever.
Dude,
of everything.
Did you watch it though?
Yeah, I watched 20 to 30 minutes of it, and it was just Hassan going, bad.
Yeah, dude, it was debate of the year. I haven't liked Ethan.
Have you watched Ethan's whole hour-long video about destroying Hassan before the debate?
Well, and so later in the stream, in that same debate, they do reference a lot of different past points that I didn't have the context for. So no, I have not seen that hour-long stream talking about it in advance of the debate, but I imagine that it was maybe one of the things they referenced back to when they were doing the debate, because it was like a 4-hour, it was a long-ass debate.
There was even a point in the debate or whatever where Ethan was like, here, let me show you this thing that you did or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Hassan walks away and Ethan's like, don't you stream me.
Exactly.
Because all Hassan does is like, hey, let me play this video while I walk off camera for a bit.
Well, so you have the Dave Smith, Douglas Murray debate.
Oh,
The Hassan Piker, Ethan Klein debate is far better. It's the best debate I've seen this year.
It's a better takedown, exposing a person for who they truly are.
Well, and
Hassan is just like, he doesn't have takes. He doesn't.
No, and I don't agree with Ethan on most anything.
No,
but he's almost as bad. But I mean, my main issue with Hassan is that he's just a pathological liar all the time. He's just constantly spitting out whatever he thinks is going to get him the most. What's the term?
I don't even understand why he even streams, because he's got fuck you money. He's got family money. He comes from his uncle is Cenk Yeager from what the fuck is his last name? Who cares?
Cenk Yeager. Yeah.
From the Young Turks.
Yeah.
It's like they have family money. He doesn't need to do this. It obviously looks like he doesn't like doing this.
I don't know. I get the sense he probably does enjoy doing this, or at least enjoys
I think he likes being the not devil's advocate, but contrarian.
Yeah, that honestly, what he says makes that ring true, but I don't know, man. It's frustrating. Like he's the kind of person I would love to actually have an argument with in person, because I'm not the kind of guy who can just pull references and data points out of my head when we're in the middle of a conversation. I struggle with that all the time. What I can do is I can tell you a general sense of tell you the general sense of my understanding of things and try to break that down as best as I possibly can. So, as someone who live streams it all day long, 24/7, doesn't have a second job, and it can literally be all he does, it would look pretty one-sided, even him coming after me. He'd probably own my ass just because I can't do it as well as he does.
Well, I mean, if I had the streaming job that Hassan has, to where it's like, whatever, 8 hours a day or whatever, you're just sitting in front of the computer streaming, I'd lose my goddamn mind too.
Yeah.
But I would need it.
Your social clock would tick out so fast on
my
on solo streams. I think it would be a struggle.
My social battery, as they call it, would click out in 20 minutes. But to do it at 8 hours, that would be my income though.
Yeah,
it's not his. I don't know why he does it.
No,
he's a propaganda machine. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, if he's passionate enough about his views,
he would have an argument.
That's a good point. I mean, it probably has something to do with attention. I mean, I think everybody who streams probably at some level enjoys, when people click the like button and when people comment and subscribe to third-party studios. I think people like that, generally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, this only started because I had no one to talk to when it came to nerdy shit.
Yeah.
This whole channel, the premises was brought up because nerdy shit.
Yeah.
And I don't get to express it. And 20 minutes in, I'm already like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah, you're checked.
But we go for 2 hours.
Yeah. But exactly. But I mean, and for me, it's I just want a place where I can start doing storytelling and stuff like that. Right. And but that's that's moving so slow. I want that to be moving a little faster. I don't know how to. It's on me.
You just gotta throw more money at it, like the government does.
More money.
Yeah, just throw money in it, and it'll just come to fruition.
I think we'll actually just because basically the idea here is that if they do end up moving over to X for streaming, this will free up a lot of people to consider alternative streaming platforms, not just X, but Rumble, Kick. I mean, Kick is Amazon, is
Kick is
Twitch.
thing.
I mean, it's basically, yeah, Twitch and Kick are basically the same company, if I'm understanding it correctly.
Yeah, YouTube.
You have YouTube. Yeah, so I mean, like, you'll see.
There's
movement.
also Side Scrollers Plus. If you guys want to get into that. That's with Craig from Side Scrollers, and they just brought in Kirsha.
Yeah.
Because she got canceled and whatnot from all of her shit. So this is another like streaming platform, and like Geeks and Gamers got their own thing going.
Yep.
Yeah, plenty of other like
Places to go.
places to go other than
Yeah.
Twitch.
Agreed. And honestly, it'll probably spark a major exodus when Asmon does eventually move off of Twitch, if he ever does, because he's going to go to X short term, come back to Twitch, it sounds like, then it will
do both sometime.
it'll still spark an exodus. But I mean, Dr. Disrespect, so the article goes on, Asmon would be the latest top streamer to move his broadcast to multiple platforms as of late, following in the footsteps of other big names like Ludwig, Tim the Tapman, Dr. Disrespect, and many more.
I haven't seen shit from any of those people.
Dr. Disrespect is still, I'm subscribed. I'm still seeing him on my feed all the time. I mean, Tim the Tapman.
Was I not subscribed? They shadow ban him off my platform?
I doubt it. I get notifications on it though.
I don't.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up there. Elon Musk replies as Asmongold admits he's willing to stream on X for free. Great article brought to us by Virginia Glaze over at Dextero. I actually thought the article did a good job breaking it down. I appreciated the references back to his video so we could go check that out and hear for ourselves. Thank you guys so much. We are going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Third Party Podcast. We are slowly approaching episode 100. It should be an absolute blast. I'm sure we'll be able to do something special for you guys. So make sure to continue tuning in on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Central Time so we can hang out with you guys. Subscribe if you are new with the notification bell smashed. Hit the like button, share the video, comment below what your favorite story we covered was and your takes if you got any. And we will catch you guys on the next one. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for Sunday Slackers. We will have the full crew, so we will catch you guys then. And as always, go tell your stories. Peace out.
Bye.
I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.